to start the day. 24 and 24 makes it right. We don't care what they say. Carve the place out for us, because no one was a vibe. Finally a show to love. Fuck it, we'll do it live. It's not lonely at the top, 'cause everyone's right here. For us there's no hard stop. Forever in your ear. 24 on 24 gives me life. No other way to start the day. 24 on 24 makes it right. We don't care what they say. Copy me, I know you will. I do it first every time. Your shit is stale, no one cares, but he's gonna shine. I'm just a baby. Your dad loves me more. I say what everyone is thinking. Typical Fall River heart. 24 and 24 gives me life. No other way to start the day. 24 and 24 makes it right. We don't care what they say. No more repos, mama got her bag. I do what I please and do it with ease. Number one show in all the land. Haters listen longer. Everyone say hi to Jim. Let's lock in. It's time to ride. Back for it over everybody. Now, 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 now. Now, 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 now. Now, 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 now. Love for my besties and bunnies.
Good morning. Welcome to 24 on 24. I'm your host, Jessica Machado. This is the #1 morning show in all of the land. We used to drive back from Karen Reed trials and we do a quick little roundup of what had happened in court, and we one day named it 24 on 24. Court's over, Karen Reed is free, but we still wanted to talk shit, so we kept 24 on 24 going, and that's what you're experiencing this morning. We have a really great show today. First of all, we're starting off, we're in the car, we're going to go get a coffee because we are basically not going to pass up on things that bring us joy. Who knows? Who knows? One of my friends, you may know her, she's in the category of mod for this lovely channel, Funeral Lady. My friend Amy is a funeral director, and she has started what I think is like such a really great I hate to start on a bad note, but it's all going to come. I'm going to tie it all together. Amy is a funeral director, like third generation funeral director. She owns a funeral home. It's Silva Funeral Home in Taunton, and was one of the first supporters of my Substack before I became a YouTube person, and then continued to support us. But Amy has a TikTok. There's 10,000 or more followers over there on TikTok. And you can find her there. It's Funeral Lady. But on top of all of the other things she does, which is she talks about important things about funerals and families and navigating through loss. She also has started what I think is something that is missing, which is a central place for obituaries online. And on Facebook, Amy has started sharing obituaries in these Facebook groups for each area or community. And I think, when we were kids, our parents, our grandparents read about the loss of people in our families or friends or in our community in the actual physical paper. And I think it's very safe to say that nobody is touching a paper anymore. And, um, these obituaries have really just ended up as these digital pieces. And unless you're friends with someone on Facebook, unless you are connected to the person who passed away, you don't always see them. And so Amy has started a bunch of obituary Facebook groups throughout Massachusetts. I think southeastern Massachusetts, she could speak to it a little bit better. And she has been sharing the obituaries in these groups. And so they are showing up in your algorithm. And I'm going to be honest with you, as difficult as it is to see some of these things, I think it's an eye-opening thing. Not seeing obituaries of people my age or a little bit older than me pass away kind of puts you in a position where you're perpetually thinking, it can't happen to me. And I think it's taboo to talk about, but, seeing strangers, my age or a little bit older than me, and their obituaries, it's a good reminder that, we cannot take life too seriously. But also, you don't know how much time you have left here. You don't know how long you're going to have on this earth. And, you better be doing it right. You better be doing what you want. You better be doing it the way that you thought you would. There isn't a lot of time to figure that shit out. You know what I mean? So, and maybe there is, but what are you waiting for anyway? So while that doesn't necessarily mean go get fat and go get your 7,000 calorie coffee, I realized that I enjoy doing it. And I was, backing off from it because I was getting shamed on the internet. And then I remembered I don't give a fuck about those people. They don't live with me. So let's go get a fucking coffee. Speaking of things that I don't give a fuck about, I actually do care about my bunnies and my besties. And I have a question for all of you. Well, let's go get a coffee. And then also let's discuss. It is the first day of school. Today, I sent my youngest child to school for her first day of her last year of public school ever. I am 50 years old, and I have been a parent to a child in a Massachusetts public school for literally half my life, since I was 25. 26, but almost half my life, I have had a child enrolled in some sort of school where I am responsible for them. And this is the start of the last year of that. It puts a lot of stuff in perspective. It's hard for me to believe that almost not like half my life I have been a parent. And of course, I'm just thinking all about like Georgie's first days and all of the first days she's had. And her very first day, I told her the story last night as we were sitting in my room getting ready for the last night before school. Her very first day of school, I was in the hospital. Georgia started preschool and I had to have emergency surgery. Everybody relax. I had my gallbladder removed. I was really sick. I had just started dating Jeff. Jason and I had split up. I was, a single parent of my 3 kids. I had taken the summer off, and I was sick ending the summer, couldn't figure out what was going on, got a fever and couldn't get rid of the fever, went to the doctor. They got me some antibiotic and said, go home. And after 3 days of the antibiotic, I was like, I was dating Jeff for like a couple months. I was like, I think you got to bring me to the doctor. I think I'm really sick. And they never let me leave. And I stayed and I had my gallbladder removed. And like 2 days later hold on. Good morning. Can I do a large iced white chocolate pistachio made with whole milk? That'll do it today. Thank you. And so I had my gallbladder removed, and poor Georgie, had to go to school without me. So sad. And even the days after that, when I came home, it was rough. And Georgia, just goes to show Georgia had absolutely no idea. She didn't know. She didn't know. Let's get our coffee. So anyway, it's our first day of school. Now, I don't know why I didn't put two and two together. I have known about this plot for forever, but Georgia was getting picked up by her boyfriend today. They were going to go get all of the pumpkin spice things and then driving to school together. Now, he lives in Taunton, so it's not ideal for him to drive all the way from Taunton to Somerset and then back to Dayton every day, but he wanted to do it for the first day of school. And so I did not even get to drive Georgie to school today, but this is life. Senior year, Jack and Julia, they drove themselves. And so I don't know why there's still a bunch of bullshit on the internet saying that my daughter failed her driving exam. She hasn't even had it yet. She hasn't even started her classes. They start soon, actually. Good morning. Yes, ma'am. 7:49. Take a straw. Yeah, let's do a straw today. Thank you. Thanks, you too. All right, so there's that. So anyway, Georgia's in school. She got there. She's good. She's gonna have a great day. She looked adorable. What the fuck with this? It's like almost no ice. What on earth? Alrighty. So anyway, that's that. Jack starts school next week. We're gonna have to talk about Jack's car situation. I don't know if we talked about it yesterday. Did we talk about it yesterday? Let me ask the chat. So Jack purchased this car on Tuesday of last week. Okay, 8 days ago. Jack purchases the car. They say they got a need from us. What is the RTA form or whatever? The RTA form. I get my insurance company to get it to us. We get it Tuesday afternoon. So, right, within an hour or two after leaving the dealership, we get the form sent over and I email it to the dealership. Dealership says, yep, we got it. Thank you. We're not going to make the registry today. We're going to drop it all off tomorrow. We'll get it in one day. You'll have the car on Thursday. I wasn't really thrilled about that, but okay, fine. Look at this guy. This guy is washing his car at 8:17 in the morning. Sir, you win. Jesus, in his driveway in boxer shorts, washing his car, soap and everything. So then on on Thursday, we call, this car's not ready yet. And we're like, what the fuck? And he's like, yep, haven't gotten it back from the registry. I'm like, okay. On Friday, he says we're going to have it. On Friday, he says the form from the auction where they purchased the car was missing a signature, and the registry found out when they went to do the paperwork. So we have to get this form signed. They're going to overnight us a new form from Maine, and I'll get it on Saturday, and then we'll drop everything off at the registry on Monday. At this point, pissed. Did I tell you this? I'm pissed. Fine, I'm pissed. And then he says, don't worry, we'll bring it on Monday. On Monday, he tells me, yep, we got the form. Yep, we're all set. Oh my God, we realized that the address for the lien holder for the vehicle is wrong on your RTA form. You need to call your insurance company. They need to make a new one. I call my insurance company Monday late. It's late in the day. They never email it to me. Yesterday, I had to pass the reins of the show over to Spicy Misty, J7, and Dirty Water Diva, which ended up turning into a panel for the ages, which we're going to do every Friday, I think. We get the form yesterday. I email it over to the guy. I call him. I say, do you have it? He goes, yes, I'm going to get it. And then I call him at 3:00 and I go, do you have the car yet? And he goes, oh, the registry hasn't called me yet. I am trying not to get upset, but we purchased a car last Tuesday. And it is like, I'm just not even sure what we're dealing with here. So there's that. Jack starts school next week. He's actually starts school on Wednesday, but he needs his car this weekend because he's moving his girlfriend into her dorm. She's going to be living on campus again this year. Same college Jack goes to, UMass Dartmouth. They're both local, but she wants to live on campus again. So Jack is going to be moving her in. He's just really pissed off. He's raging. So there's that. We have still not finished the dining room side of things. Living room is okay. Dining room is an absolute disaster. I won't show you, but if people are really feeling down about themselves and their lives, I may show you a peek of what the dining room looks like. It's an absolute fucking war zone. That's all I got to tell you. At 9:00 today, Menners is going to be joining me. I am feeling pretty sick and guilty about something. Moon's producer of the year put together this unbelievable thing about ranking KMS guys. And if Menners is listening, he'll get tipped off to it a little bit. She told me all about it. I was like, okay, we're going to rank them. And then I didn't realize it was an actual whole, like a activity. I needed to download pictures of all these guys for it. I don't have that because last night I spent like fucking all the time in the studio cleaning. I was cleaning everything, cleaning the desk, organizing props, reorganizing my wires. Like I figured back to school, had to get everything organized. And I was like, okay, it's right there. I'll pull it up right at last minute and I'll look at it. And that happened to be this morning. I'm on my phone and I'm like, I think I need to actually do some work to do this. And so here is Moon's doing all this work, and I open it up and I'm going, fuck, I need pictures. And I'm like, shit. And then I'm like, hey, can you send this to my email? Maybe I'm looking at it wrong on my phone. Nope. Jessica, I did all this work for you. You just needed to do one fucking thing. And I didn't do it. So we're going to have to improvise. I'm excited to have Menners on. He'll join us at 9:00 this morning. All right. If you didn't watch J7's show last night, and there was a point in time where you went to go look for it, it was gone. And from what I've gathered, Abby copyright struck her, I think because she was playing Katie Russin's stream. I don't even know. I was watching it, and then my hatred for Kane started boiling over, and so I left. I came back. I did a little skit pretending to be Megan Fox for a minute, just something I threw together in about 30 seconds. We'll play it when I get upstairs. And I was like, let me go back to it again. And then I went back and it was gone. I opened my phone. I called J7 and she's like, I got copyright struck. And I'm like, what the fuck? Which is just so lame, but whatever. And I don't know if it ended up going back up. I don't know if it's up right now. I have no idea. But so there's I mean, let's do a little bit of clarity. And again, you cannot change. And if you hate me and you want to change this, timeline, then there's something actually mentally wrong with you. And like, just raise your hand if I'm going to tell you a timeline here that you can't like buy into as a hater, just so I know who I'm dealing with as far as like mental like deficits. So I started this whole thing about defending J7 to Baker, and I made some lighthearted jokes about him. Just before that, J7 and Oceans discussed him on one of my live streams on a Sunday. And the next day I apologized to him for that. And I said, I really shouldn't have allowed J7 to use my platform for that. I made a public apology to this man. And he just didn't accept it. And he was kind of a dick. And so I basically just went all in on defending J7 out there, right? With some jokes and stuff. That turned into where we are right now, which is we have a man in another country that literally just spits out hatred and fat shames me and calls me names and every single thought every day. How we went from that to where we are right now really is only for a psychiatrist to dissect, but I digress. after that happened, Aiden had given me some advice and was like, a public apology to him and backing off will save your channel and all this stuff. And I was like, thanks, but no thanks. Like, I would like to handle this. If I need you, I'll call you. A couple of days later, and this scenario is open to interpretation. Will was ready and gearing up to start getting very vocal about his unhappiness with Aiden saying, everybody get to work and stop focusing on Baker and Jessica and get back to focusing on my shit like you used to do. And Will is ramped up. He starts talking about it. And then Aiden jumps in and it changes automatically. Aiden recognizes that what was about to happen, and this is how I believe this. This is open to interpretation, but everything up until that point is accurate and fact-based. Now it's the interpretation part. I believe that Aiden saw in real time that Will was going to shit on him. Aiden can't have that. He cannot have anybody turn against him. More importantly, he can't have anybody with a platform with influence, which Will has, turn against him. So he stopped it in real time and then came on his show and said, hey, man, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Jess Machado. I wanted Jess Machado to get back to focusing on my case, which is a lie because Jess Machado never focused on your case. In his own words, he said, nobody ever... She never focused. She never read my court docs or anything like that. So in real time, we saw him put out the fire with Will, but have no choice but to go all in on me. And in his mind, he most likely said, Will has a much bigger platform. He has raised much more money for me. We will take out Jess to save Will. Okay. That is, I believe, thank you to the caller who called in. That has given me more clarity about this situation than anything I've ever seen. And when I didn't bow down to him during the exit interview. And you have heard him say, all you had to do is an exit interview with me, just like I did Will. And if I had sucked his dick during that exit interview, we would never be here. But what I did was I refused to allow him to talk to me that way. I refused to give in to him. I refused to apologize. And that publicly embarrassed him. Those comments from that day, while many of them were in support of him, there were too many that were in support of me. There were too many people that talked about how he talked about me crying and it being emotionally manipulative, and that was it. At this point, he had no way to go backwards on this, and he had to go full all in and incite this absolute pile-on that happened, and that's where we are today, right? And then it could have just been basic, but because my husband chose to, in a chat, say, why is Aiden Carney the moral compass in this community? That ignited another fire in him. How dare my husband do this? And in Aiden's own words, he should stay off the internet. He has no business getting involved as a husband. He's a lapdog. He shouldn't even be here. And my husband then responded to further statements and then talked about what would happen if Aiden went to prison. And now we are here where we are, where it is a nuclear fucking war. And it is, again, all related to fragile egos. I don't have a fragile ego. If I did, I wouldn't be on the internet. I wouldn't have been on the internet a long time ago. Okay. When the pile-on began, I would have not been around. I would have stepped away. And while I had a couple of days of, more than a couple of days of not doing okay, there is no issue with my ego. I'm not fragile. I can handle the heat. I've actually handled something that, according to everybody else, they've never seen before, which is multiple platforms going after me unprovoked or whatever. And I have been able to stay here, hold my own, lose subs, but increase my views and do it with, I think, some sort of dignity. And that's where we are today. And I'm very happy to fight out here in these streets. I can dish it. I can take it. I think I'm doing the best I can. Have we gotten away from like some fucking decent content? Yes, because we're basically just doing drama every day. But as long as they keep doing it, I'm going to keep responding. They're coming at me. You know what I mean? So I respond. Now, Kane made a statement on J7 show last night, and he said, I think she should apologize. I don't like the way he said it. Bow down and apologize for the kid's sake. And I got mad when he said this because I think, like a normal human, when somebody says something that resonates with you as truth, and you don't, it it resonated with truth, and my reaction was anger because I was mad at him that he was saying something that I didn't really recognize, but I realized as truth. Aiden is going after my family. He's not going after just my husband. He's going after my stepson. He has made multiple comments that aren't accurate. I think last night he said my husband hasn't seen his son in 10 years. Absolutely false. Um, he has said that my husband doesn't have custody of his son. That's not true. My husband has shared legal and physical custody of his son. And so, but what is happening is, like, it's getting closer. He's crossing the line where he's saying, "Oh, you talk about everything in your life. You're basically, I can talk about my children. I control the narrative when I talk about my children." And now he's talking about my children. He made statements like, "I have never, it's not even my child. It's not my stepson." Um, Completely inaccurate. Um, I stopped mentioning my stepson out of courtesy and respect for him and my husband. But prior to when this happened, there have been plenty of times where I have addressed him as my own child. I have always said I have 4 children. If you go look at my biography on WBSM, it says I am the mother of 4. When I ran for school committee, I said I am the mother of 4 children. I have always said that I am the mother of 4 children. Aiden has this narrative that I am the reason why my husband doesn't talk to his mother. He himself read court documents where his ex-wife said that my husband was estranged from his family for years. Long before my husband ever met me, there was an issue with my husband and his mother. My husband's a Portuguese guy. It takes a lot for him to talk about these things. And over the course of years, I learned a lot more about why my husband is the way he is, why he doesn't have a good relationship with his mother. And to be quite honest with you, Aiden, because you're a fucking idiot and you don't know anything, a lot of it has to do with the fact that my husband's mother is a born-again Christian. And that is in my opinion, very difficult religion to navigate through. There is a constant talk about sin. There was a constant conversation about everything that my husband ever did being against the church. And my husband feeling conflicted and struggling with the notion of not being a worthy person. And it's something that he recognized as a teenager, so much so that when he was 17, he gladly joined the Army, National Guard, and got out of there. Went to basic training and said, "Get me the fuck out of here." Got married early to get out of his house, and then was estranged from his mother. You're playing stupid clips, Aiden. You don't know what you're talking about. But I can handle what you're talking about me. I can even talk about what you're saying about my husband. But Kane had a really great point that Aiden is just going to continue to go after my family. And is that fair to my children? Is that fair to Jack, Julia, Georgia, and Alex? And it's not. I think I've always just kind of felt like it lives on the internet and it's not that big of a deal. But I've noticed in the statements, I've noticed in the hate, I've noticed how he's talking. It's getting really, really crazy and angry. And, I after that, Kane said that last night, I sat back, I got off the stream. I sat on the couch and I'm sitting there and I'm going like, so, I think it was happening fast and I was in reaction mode, but I had to pull back and I was like, okay, what does he have the capability to do to my family? And I thought about Meredith, and I thought about Leah, and I thought about Julie, and I thought about Karen. And I mean less to him than all of those other women. And everything that he did to her, all of them, I can expect, and worse, because I don't have any children with him. I never slept with him. I wasn't in a relationship with him. I wasn't I wasn't Karen Reed. why am I sitting here thinking that he's not going to do what he did to those people to me? Why would I ever think that he isn't going to try to hurt my family the way that he hurts those people and those families? And I think it's ego. I think I thought I can hold my own here. I can go tit for tat with him. I can say things and I can reason with everybody and I can talk about it and I can be like, look at this behavior. Look how he acts. Like, I thought that I had enough of reasoning in me where I could counterpoint him all the time and kind of make fun of him. And it's crazy, but everybody has tried and nobody has succeeded. And I don't know what made me think that I was special enough that I was going to be able to do it. I thought he wrote a story about me. I forgave him. I befriended him. We worked side by side. I helped him. I cared about him. That made me even special or different. And I was going to be able to be the one to change him. He was going to change for the better. He was going to listen or whatever. There's no way. There's just no way. If he wouldn't do it for Julie and his family, he's not going to do it for me. If he didn't want to do it for any of these other people, Karen Reed, he's not going to do it for me. And so, like, there does have to be a white flag. Kane, as much as I fucking dislike Kane sometimes, he made a really, really great point last night. It stuck with me. And I feel like I have to white flag it. I don't think he's ever going to change. I run through this scenario all the time. You know, there's so many things that I want to say about this. Like, last night he was playing, or somebody was playing a clip of the author that came on the show with him, right? And he brings this guy on. The guy writes this book about Karen Reed, and there's a couple moments in this interview where you can tell Aiden is just like pissed, right? And the guy, you know, the guy seems to be like a pretty middle ground guy, and he's not going to give in to like whatever it is that Aiden is trying to sell. The guy has got a backbone and doesn't really give a fuck, right? And so after the interview, Aiden's kind of shitting on him and stuff like that. But there's a part of the interview where the guy is asking him, like, aren't you in a documentary? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, and didn't anybody like talk to you about a book and writing a book and stuff like that? He's like, no. I spoke with Aiden about writing a book, and I talked to him about this, and I said, and the reason for it was because of the Wilbur. Wilbur 2.0 got denied by the Wilbur. They didn't want to do it. They wouldn't bring him on. And he was devastated about that. He wanted to recreate the energy that was in the room with the Wilbur, with the whole new group of people. Myself was included, and we were going to do Wilbur 2.0 and keep the energy going. And it was very deflating for him when Wilbur basically said no. And so then there was like, go try these guys. They said they'll take you. And then they wouldn't take them. And then I think a third place wouldn't take him. And he's getting frustrated and he's upset. And so I was talking him off a ledge, and I said, you know what I think you should do? I think you should write a book, and I think you should do a book tour nationally. I think that you write a book, publish a book about what happened in the trial or whatever, just get a book going, and then go around the country and do book signings. You have fans that will find you. Start in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and just go sign a book. Go to a fucking bookstore and sign a goddamn book. And he was like, oh, that's a great idea. And I was like, you need a publicist to do this. I feel like you need a publicist. And he didn't listen. He didn't listen to me. So this guy's talking to him on the air, and the guy is saying something that I already told him. He never listened to me. I told him to get back to writing. He didn't listen to me. Well, you know what he wrote? He wrote yesterday about the girl in the green shirt. You know why? I talked about it. He took everything I talked about yesterday morning about Karen Goldberg, clip for clip, picture for picture, and put it on a fucking a thing yesterday. Like, go get the journalism, dude. Go get it. So, I think there's also this big piece of it where I'm going, I didn't do anything to him. And I know it's like kind of like a blanket meh statement. Like, I didn't do anything to him. He did it first. But it kind of does matter that I would have never picked a fight with this guy. I probably would have just continued to overlook the bad behavior and counter it with encouraging words and encouraging him to do things differently. Encouraging him, when the Wilbur fucked you over, go do this. You know what I mean? Like, do this, do that. Like, always trying to subtly influence him in a different way. And the fact that he has now just gone all in on hating me and doing all of this stuff. And Kane saying this last night, it was like, I don't know why I thought that I could fix him. That's a J7ism. I can fix him, right? I never have that mentality. I don't try to fix men at all. When it's not going the way I want, I peace out. Like, we're not going to sit here and not going to like try to, fix this person. Well, Jeffrey's a little bit of an exception. You know what I mean? I don't know. So Kane put a lot of it in perspective for me. I thought, what's the end game here? And the end game will be, I will react to whatever he does. I will bounce back. I will keep coming out here. But what kind of, collateral damage does it do to my family, my actual children? My husband and I can hang. We can handle it. It's very obvious that much of what Aiden says is not fact-based when he's talking about me. And he spins it, or he doesn't put all the information, or what. There's 1,000 different ways. He's very good at this part. You know what I mean? But the part, we're getting closer where he's talking about my kids in a way that I would feel, and my husband would feel like he would want to talk a little bit more about things. And it's not for the best. Now, the other facet of that is I have a lot of followers who are very loyal, very devoted, and I would say that many of them have felt this way about Aiden, and what he's doing to me is just really kind of solidified a lot of this for them, because they're supporters and fans of mine. Aiden kind of going at me has really just basically said, hey, we're not watching him anymore. We're not giving him any money anymore. But that group is also thirsty for blood, and they want me to go at this man, and they cheer in the section, and they are like, and that can be a little contagious. And any content creator can tell you that when you see your loyal supporters out there not encouraging but kind of like co-signing behaviors, it's almost like you feel validated in what you're doing. And so I kind of have to turn that off. I know that there are many of you that want me to say and do a lot of things, and you want me to keep going. I'm going to have to ask you, and I'm not telling you what to do, but please understand that I feel Kane's right. I'm literally hurting my children and my family if I continue to go back and forth. Now, to Kane's point, Jessica, apologize, white flag, and let this be done because it's going to get worse. There's no guarantee that if I stop talking about him and I don't bring him up again, that he's going to stop. I have no idea. I know that many times I was privy to like these negotiations with Jason Broyles over him and Meredith. I have no fucking idea. He was shit talking Karen Reed last night. Here we are months later, and he was shit talking Karen last night. So I don't know. I don't know. But what I think is that I have to stop talking about him. It's not the right thing for my kids. It's the past, 2, 3, 4 days are all about my husband's son. When will he start moving on to my kids? And it's just, I don't know. I do want to say one thing. Relationships, marriages, children, family situations are not always easy. And I'm not jealous of anybody. But if you happen to have a family where everybody is tight and gets along, and there's no issues and there's no divorce, and everybody lives in the same home, I'm not saying I'm jealous, but there's so much pain and grief that comes along with separating a family and children living in different homes, and the emotions and all of the things that go along with that. And, it's really, really hard. And one of the things that I think the best thing that you can do, honestly, is really just kind of find peace every day. And if cutting people out of your life, no matter who they are, um, you know, gives you peace, consistent peace, then I really do think it's okay. It doesn't mean that you don't miss the people that you had in your family. It doesn't mean that look badly upon the good times and the good memories, because you can, and we do. I just think that, there are some really toxic behaviors out there. And my husband will tell you all the time, there was so much fighting and so much discord when there were some people in our life. And without that, we don't argue or have those kinds of conversations anymore. And it's sad that we had to do it, but it really has preserved some peace to a certain extent. And I'm always hopeful for, I don't know, I don't know, but I just, what I've done and what my husband and I have done together is we have created our family, and we're really close. We're with my children all the time. It has been devastating, heartbreaking, and extremely difficult to not have my husband's son after all these years. All of these years. So all of the years, all of the holidays, all of the Christmases, all the vacations, birthdays, school, sports, music, Saturday nights at home, all of the things, to not have that anymore has been very difficult for my husband. And so much of it is out of his control. But we really just do the best we can, and hope everybody, stays healthy, and it is what it is. So there's that. Now, with that being said, Jess, what was so bad about you and Jeff getting married that the church wouldn't even marry you? Was this discussed? So my husband's family is born again Christian, and my husband and I had not known each other for very long when we got married. So my husband and I met in May. We started dating in July. He moved in September. We were engaged in October, and we were getting married in April. And my husband's father was excited for us. But my husband's mother did not want us to get married. And it was framed a bunch of different ways. I had baggage from my exes. He had baggage from his ex. Financially, it wasn't a good move for either one of us. And also, she explained she had to foot the bill for his divorce. And what if this didn't work out? They didn't want to be responsible for another divorce, so to speak. So they basically are very close with the church. They are a part of not only the church, but they do stuff at the church. Like, they're serve in the church, they sing in the choir, and they're very close with the pastor at the time. And my mother-in-law basically went to the pastor and said, they're going to come to you and they're going to ask you to get married, and I'm going to ask you to deny that so that they can wait. And if we look as devil's advocate, she had a lot of reasons to say that, but Jeff and I at that point had already been in relationships. We were parents, and we knew we wanted to get married. And we felt like, we're not asking you to pay for anything. We're not asking you to do anything. We're asking you to just support us. We live together. We want to get married. I mean, I was in my 40s or my late 30s. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I was in my late 30s. It wasn't like I was 16. And so anyway, we canceled our wedding. So the church said no. And he basically said that, I needed to convert over to, born again Christian or whatever. And I was like, I'm a Catholic. I've been raised Catholic. I have all my sacraments, and I wouldn't do that. And so they wouldn't marry me and my husband. So we got married in another church who was very happy to marry us. And then when we eloped, my husband and I eloped, we canceled the wedding. We told everybody, you don't want to be here. You guys don't support this. We eloped. The day we did it, people were begging to come to the wedding. And I'm so glad that we did it our way. And, 14 years later. So let's get back on track, because Menners is going to be joining us in about 10 minutes. I think the right thing to do is to move forward, not to discuss Aiden anymore. I really don't want him to continue to go after my children and impact my children. And I can't do anything. I won't put my kids in that position anymore. I think actually a lot of damage has already been done, but my hope is that they're just, it's not on the internet. And I don't think, my husband's son is watching Turtle Boy. With that being said, I did work on a song, and I feel like I should play it one time, and then that'll be the end of it. I can't work on a song and it not it can't go out. So I feel like we have no choice but to just play this one song as kind of like a bidding farewell to this whole thing. And it's time to just be done. I'm going to be honest with you. My biggest fear is there's going to be a lot of supporters of mine who are not going to agree with me saying I don't want to discuss Aiden anymore. He's going to keep coming at me. They're going to say, oh, we talked about you last night. I'm going to get the clips, and everybody is going to be like, Jessica, you can't. There's no reason to stop. He's going to. I am just going to tell you, I cannot be influenced by you for that. I can't. Okay. Yep. See, like, wow, he won. Yep. It's okay. It's fine. We're going to play this song, and then we're going to be done with it. Okay. All right. Hold on. I am still covering his case. So there's that. Oh, by the way, I didn't have time to put the words on screen. So this is just an audio. I'm sorry. But unfortunately, we're not going to invest any more time in this, but here we go.
Met her at a party, and I couldn't look away from her. Body not like Julie, and I needed to get close to her. Devil in a red dress, didn't care about the baggage. Gonna take her to my car and show her what a real man is. I can't help myself, gotta go find and fix a fridge. Wife's at home while I'm gone, watching both my kids. Fuck this whore, just for fun, like nothing could go bad. Getting laid over everything, but I'm still a real great dad. 60 days away from you, felt like 60 years. I'll be home soon, I promise. Just wipe away your tears. I am father of the year. Keeping her around, but this girl means nothing to me. No excuses, but don't worry, I'll blame the ADD. Pulling up to Section 8 after I put the kids to bed, throwing everything away for some mediocre head. Never question me, of course. You know I'm more than smart. All the signs were right there, but I didn't know the plot. Tim said stay home, stay in the house, stay in your room. Where did I go? Straight to the discounted pool. 60 days away from you, tears. I'm Father of the Year. I'm tougher now, out of the clink, stronger than before. I met someone new, and I won't be seeing that whore no more. I can never even call her after everything she did. I might have played a part, but she took me from my kids. But hold up, wait a minute, I think I've changed my mind. Let me fuck her a year later, just a couple other times. Forget the nights away from me while I was in a cell. Just a few quick fucks from her, and she will never tell. But there is one person who needs to know, and I'm gonna make sure she sees. Record it all and upload it now. I hope you watch with jealousy. 60 days away from you felt like 60 years. I'll be home soon, I promise. Just wipe away your tears. Just wipe away your tears. Father of the Year.
Anyway, let's switch to the studio. Good morning. Hi, everybody. All right, let's end this. Hi. Oh, yeah, just a little song we threw together. Probably never going to hear it again. The light of day. All right, so listen, you guys have to get on board with everything that I said. We can't we can't do this anymore. So we'll talk about this later. It's 9 o'clock, or it's almost 9 o'clock. I don't know where my mods are. Do we have a bunch of hate going on in the comment section? That's good for the algorithm, you guys, in case you haven't figured that out. That works for us. We don't mind. Stay strong in the chat, everybody. It's going to be okay. All right, so let's give a little back. You know what? We're not going to. Is he ready? We ready?
Yeah, I was born ready.
Good morning, Menners.
Good morning. Every time I tune into your show, you're breaking up with Turtle Boy.
Yeah, it's such a toxic
Do
relationship.
you have headphones?
No headphones.
What sort of... Well, can you hear the echo? What sort
No.
of...
Do you hear an echo?
Yeah, there's a delay coming. I'm sure it's not just me. Come on, Moons. What's Moonsy doing? She almost brought down this network while you were away.
Sir, I never hear an echo. Does everybody else have an echo?
Come on, hit the chat, please.
Oh, it's saying that there's an echo from Menners.
Yeah, on your end. I'm a fucking podcast producer. You should have headphones on. Anyway, look, thanks for having me on your show.
Well, we have to fix it.
Yes, get some headphones. I'll vamp.
But talk to them.
We do have headphones? Okay. What a shit show. Trolline's right. It's a bit of a conundrum because I know this week you're not supposed to be shitting on other YouTube channels. So that's like most of my material just wiped out straight away. So I don't know what Jess has got planned. If you want to head across to Miles Apart, my podcast with Cliff. See, that echo is terrible. I can't even do this. Yes, anyway, if you want to head over there, I had a few words to say about Trolline, our little friend in LA. But yeah, no, that's off the menu today. Here she comes. As I said, Jess Machado breaking up with Turtle Boy for the 15th time. Probably tune in next week and they should be talking about him again.
Menners, what do you want me to do? I have headphones on. It's not going to make a difference, I don't think.
No, it will. See, it's gone. Oh, no, it's not. So you got to go down to the settings, down the bottom. where the cog is, and it says audio on the left, and you want to go to speaker, and you want to put your headphones there.
I really don't want to do this. Hold on.
Well, do you want to hear? I don't want to hear myself through your speakers for the whole show.
I just want to say, just so you know, I've never had this problem. Not one time.
Well, how many Australians do you have on? That's probably the issue.
Sir, I've always done this, and I've never had an issue.
That's what I said. It's probably maybe because I'm coming through from Australia. There's a slight delay. I am 10,000 miles away.
Let's see if that is better. I can hear.
Great. I can't hear a delay. You fixed it. Congratulations.
But now I look like an idiot with these headphones on.
Okay, well, you sounded awful before. The show sounded awful before. Like it was a disaster zone. More so than normal.
Start
more
over.
so than normal. Okay.
Start over.
Oh, this is bad. This is great for your haters. Your haters will be loving this. This is just giving them more fuel. Trolline's like, oh, I've got more material to pay my mortgage.
At first, I didn't know who you were talking about because the way that you say Trolline, I didn't know what it was. I was like, what is he talking about? So you have your own nickname for her. She's going to love that.
Yes. Yeah. She has nicknames for everybody else, so she deserves one.
You gave a really... So first of all, let's go back. Menners is here. He has been, for those of you who don't know, it's the ultimate KMS crossover. I've been waiting for this my whole entire life. What is your exact title with KMS, just for people who are new here? There's a lot of people who have no idea.
Well, I've resigned. So I was Minifan. I was CEO of the Minifan network. So I would run all the production, all the shows for the Minifans. We had our own little YouTube channel, and I ran that for a few years. But then when the show ended, I resigned as CEO because I've started Miles Apart, and I believe that's a conflict of interest. So,
is it a conflict of interest because you're earning money now? You're monetized?
Well, I've got my own channel. I'm all in on Miles Apart, me and Cliffy, and then I don't have the energy to really work on other people's shows.
But let's go back. You said it's a conflict of interest, though. Why? You spent a lot of time talking about KMS.
Yeah, I'm still going to talk about KMS and help with the network, but I just don't want to be CEO. To be honest, some Minifan hit me up with some golf show idea, and I thought, I cannot be fucking bothered with this. And I did some introspection, and that's not a good attitude from a CEO. So I handed over my CEO responsibilities to John from Scranton, who is the host of Meeting of the Minds. You might know that show.
Wait, that's who's in charge right now?
Yes. Yep. Do you want me to get him on instead?
Well, how do you feel he's doing?
Well, the show's off, so he's not doing anything.
But shouldn't the network kind of keep going and ramping up? Kirk's coming back in 2027.
In the end, I was there is some shows still going on. Billboard Chart Guy has a show where he interviews Minifans on their music tastes. Mama Kay has a Billboard Rewind show. But I was sort of the main driver of KMS content. But Kirk's taking the year off, so it's sort of hard to react to a show when he's not really doing it.
Are you going to come back when he comes back?
Well, I mean, we've got Miles Apart now, so that's going to be, big. But you hate those headphones, but the listeners love it.
I'm not even looking at myself. I'm just looking at you.
Okay, good.
So you might come back. You might come back in charge when Kirk comes back.
I'll always be doing Minifan content. I will always be doing Minifan content.
Okay. Marry, fuck, or kill Jessica Machado, J7, or Kimberly.
What are we doing? Who's Kimberly?
What do you mean, who's Kimberly?
Oh, you mean Nurse Kim?
Yes, Nurse Kim. So, fuck, marry, kill.
I can't answer the question. Yeah, I've got in too much trouble with Nurse Kim.
I want to make you feel uncomfortable. How are you
so definitely sleep with Nurse Kim just to annoy Montante.
You can't. That's the one thing I said that you couldn't do.
Oh, you said marry, fuck, kill.
I know, but I can't believe you're picking that you would fuck Nurse Kim.
Well, just to annoy Montante. I mean, this is a game. Is
it?
I would probably. Oh, geez, now I'm stuck. Do I marry you or do I marry you or do I marry J7?
Didn't even think this through. You did not think it through.
I did not think it through at all.
I think
I'd knock you off. I'd knock you off and I'd marry J7.
She owns a business. She owns an insurance agency.
Exactly. Yeah.
She's good. So perfect.
And Jeff could claim the life insurance, so that's a winner for him. Manners.
Manners. Everybody be nice to Manners. Don't be mean to him. Don't be mean.
I think you could do better than Marry Fuck Kills for my interview, to be honest.
No, I mean, I just wanted to make you a little uncomfortable. I didn't think that you would
Well,
say
you
fuck
did.
Kimberly.
You did. You really did.
Sir, on Miles Apart, you were talking about putting 3 fingers in your ass. Like, don't come on here and act as if this is some sort of like egregious statement. I've listened to your content.
I know.
So you have the show, it's Miles Apart. There's 2 different ways that you can listen to it, right? You do like open shows and then you do private shows that you have to pay for, correct?
Yeah, so it's a classic podcast, so it's not a YouTube show per se, although we do record live on YouTube on Sunday nights. But it is a classic podcast. So, we record on YouTube, we drop the audio on Monday morning, and then on Thursdays we release an episode behind the paywall on Patreon. It's a little bonus episode where Cliff and I catch up later in the week and he cries and stuff and I console him, that kind of thing.
You were searching for a new host. You ended up picking somebody that you had never met before. You didn't have any real relationship with, correct?
We actually had met in Laconia, and the funny thing is, I got a selfie with every person I ran into in Laconia.
Yes.
But for some reason, I didn't get a photo with Cliff, and we need one for our podcast cover.
But you only met him at this Laconia. You hadn't met him before.
No, not at all.
Who else was in the running for this show as a co-host?
There was another guy called Freddie Lynn. He used to host a show on the Minifan Network. Sort of older gentleman, fairly sedate, but he wasn't the right fit for Miles Apart.
Why?
Because he's very... he doesn't want to share anything about his personal life. He's happy to talk about KMS and talk about other people, but he doesn't want to talk about his life. So that's really hard for a podcast if you're going to sort of be closed off like that.
And you, okay, all right. And it was just the 2 of them. Those were the only contenders.
Yeah, a few other people reached out with sort of interest, but when you sort of get into discussions about practicalities, I mean, you know what it's like. Doing a podcast is a big commitment.
It is, and it brings me back to when I first reached out to you, and I was like, if you need me, guys, to help out while Kirk is gone, like I'm here, and you didn't want me to come on your show at all.
That's right, yeah. Do we want to bring this up again? I mean, it's only because when you reached out, I would do shows where I was solely focused on, what the producers were doing, what Kirk had for breakfast, what topics they talked about on the show. I mean, we are like, it was really inside baseball. And there'd been no real crossover between the Minifans and the Bunnies yet. But that's a lie, Freddie, and you know it. But there'd been no crossover yet. So it just wasn't the right fit for my show. I mean, you're not going to be able to tell me how pathetic you think Dave Cullinane is or Justin Trudell. So that's why I offered you...
Justin's terrible. He's the worst.
And that's why I offered you
no time into it. I don't understand. I actually don't understand that. How is it that he is in charge of this show and does no legwork? He doesn't have clips ready. He didn't have anything. I don't know how it's uncomfortable, actually. So I was aware a little bit, but it's fine.
Yeah. And so then I had, I offered you the hot wieners because Beanbag Ron, the cute short one, is a big fan of yours. So I thought, okay, well, you should go on the show. And Parking Lot Patty said, not a chance in hell is Machado coming on my show. And that's how you ended up with Kane. So...
All right, we got to talk about that in a second. However, let's go to Jolene for a second because you are a target of Jolene's right now. Go ahead.
Well, I started targeting her first, but I thought there was a rule we weren't allowed to shit on other people on YouTube channels this week.
Oh, no. I gave that up literally 5 minutes into the... Is that okay? You didn't listen.
They picked it. I got to say, your haters picked it. They said you'd give up on that pretty quick.
I started my show on Monday saying Megan Fox is trash. She's the one that I did within 3 seconds. I was just like, she's the worst. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's your show. Do what you want.
Are you?
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why? I mean, I thought about it. Would you have? So what would you have?
No, it was your idea. I'm just saying you said you were going to do it. That's all.
No, it wasn't my idea. It was a challenge from another content creator. Why don't you? It was framed as such. why don't you do a whole week away from talking about other content creators? I'm pulling for you. This could put you in a new direction. This could really kind of like turn things around for you. And I was like, here's this lady, Megan Fox. She's out here. She's pulling for me. I think I'm going to do it. And I was like, I'm going to prep for it. I'm going to do a whole week. I've got all these great ideas. And she was like, no, you got to do it right now. Not when you want to, right now. And I was like, so I kind of like led into the weekend. I thought about it. And I was like, why am I doing this? Why would I do this? I don't know. The internet is tough. You've been out here for a long time. You've managed to get through unscathed. I don't know how to do it. You're not.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, how long have you been doing podcasts? How long have you been doing shows?
For a long time, but what do you mean unscathed?
I mean, have you ever really been a target?
Not in the same way. I mean, I have haters for sure. Everybody has haters.
Yeah.
But you certainly, you draw the ire of a lot of people.
Jolene in particular, you did mention her. You did this whole thing where you said like, it's not funny, it's not comedy. Now she's kind of like focused on you. She gave you a nickname. What is it? It's like your
Polly Pocket Man.
Yep.
She also called me Dildo Baggins, which I reckon is better. I think that's actually better.
And you were really succinct with it. You were like, this isn't even really comedy. You figured out a way to like money off of hate and doing it. And I didn't ever have it on my bingo card that you'd be defending me the way that you did, but you kind of did. You have been. It makes me like it a lot.
Yeah, and I came on with J7, and I've said it all about trolling. She's out of material. She can't write any jokes, so she's just got to pile in onto you. But you have this unique ability to like upset people and irritate them. Like, you're very polarizing. People either love you or they want to fucking bring you down. Like, it's not many in between.
Right. How can I improve my content or my likability with the masses? What are your suggestions?
The only thing I would say that I guess I've noticed can be irritating, and I don't watch a lot of your shows, because you're on all the time. I just dip in and out, and that's every time you're like fighting with Turtle Boy. But I would say that there is sometimes a little bit, and I've actually made poked holes with you. There's a little bit of self-importance that comes across in what you're saying, and that can irritate people. So yeah, you talk yourself up a lot. Which I think you have to. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else is going to believe in you. But you often big yourself up, and sometimes you sound a bit self-important. Like the journalism stuff, like that annoyed me. Like, you were going into court and you were saying, "Here is a journalist, but I'm also supporting someone." Like, you can't do both.
You can't do both?
No, you can't. You're not a journalist if you do both.
Well, okay. So sometimes my self-importance comes off as a little too cocky, and it's off-putting.
Definitely. Yeah, and these people are insecure, and they see you being successful and they want to bring you down.
Okay. Do you think I should have a co-host? You have a co-host. Should I have a co-host?
Wow. What are the options? Moons?
I would do what you did. I would put like a cast calling out for everybody and say, I'm looking for a co-host for 1 day a week. And do you think that would work? Do you think that, would you consider, would you do it?
Absolutely. I mean, evolution's a good thing. I mean, you're on every morning, so does it really hurt to bring on a co-host once or twice a week to break things up?
I don't know. We're going to find out.
And the thing is, I've talked about the self-importance, but I do think you are very good on air. And, I criticize, you are very good at your show, so don't let these people get into your head. Like, that you're very good at what you do. People love you.
I don't care what Freddie Lynn says about you, Menners. That was very nice. Thank you.
It's true, though. I've always thought you were very good. It takes a particular talent, and you put yourself out there, very personal stuff, and you get a lot of shit for it. But that's just the way it goes.
Thank you. All right. Anything else I need to know about how I can make this? Any other moments you've seen? I know you don't watch a lot. Any other things you've seen where you're just like, this is fucking terrible. Fucking stop. Shut up. Change this. Don't do this. I just want to make sure.
The whole week Moonsy was on? No, sorry, that's cruel. Moonsy's
Manners! Weren't you the cultivator of Bitches Week?
Yes. Yeah.
How did that go for everybody?
Fantastic. It brought the show down. And just learn to just laugh at yourself. Just laugh at yourself more. Like, I think you're getting better at it, having a thicker skin, but like, just laugh at trolling, laugh at all these idiots that come at you, because that's all you can do. It's not going to stop. It's never going to stop.
Let's talk about Kane. This is a very
Okay.
we need to talk about Kane. This is a very interesting relationship. You paired me with Kane. I was very enthusiastic. I went on his show. It was great. He got the most views ever. Then I said, come on my show. Great. Got the money show where he got all that money. Everybody was like all in on Kane. I did my recon work, Manners. I knew he kind of said some racist stuff. I was like, doesn't matter. First Amendment. Let's bring him on anyway. Over the course of the past 8 months, there is a massive love-hate relationship with him. Sometimes I think he's endearing and he's charming, and then other times he says things and does things that are absolutely I should cut people off for those things. Like, he literally shares posts from people that are like enemies. He's stroking Aiden's dick now. Like, he's all up in Aiden's fucking shit. How do we deal with the problem that is Kane?
Okay, firstly, I just want to say, like, Kane's like my brother. Like, as much as I hate to admit it, we're like brothers. So everything I'm about to say now comes from a place of love. I just want you to know that, Kane, if you're listening and watching. Firstly, Kane is a fucking moron. So once you just realize that, he's like so fucking dumb. He's thick as shit. So, everything he does, you've just got to take that into account. Like, there's nothing upstairs. So that's the first thing. The other thing is he's trying to do Kirk impressions all the time. So he's dumb. He's not as talented as Kirk, but he's trying to stir shit up and be controversial like Kirk. So he'll just say things, like he'll say things on J7's show, and then within 30 seconds he's backtracking because he realizes what he said is ludicrous. He loves attention. He absolutely loves attention. So good on him. He's loving the new buzz that his show with J7 is having. But, once you just realize he's just trying to stir shit and he's an idiot, you just got to love him because he's got a great heart. He's very loyal. He's very, very loyal. And that's this dumb thing with Turtle Boy that stretches back to Turtle Boy defending Kirk 15 years ago. So, he has his... one of his good qualities is loyalty. It's also one of his bad ones. But, I would say just take into account he's an idiot.
Do you feel... I agree with a lot of that, although... Can I
just put this out there? Just because he put a tweet out, and I'm just going to... Because this is a big platform, right? We met somewhere for dinner, Tony C's in Burlington, and Kane paid for dinner, all right? He just wants me to put that out there. He paid the bill. He was very upset. He pointed it out on Twitter today. I just want to let everybody know yes, 3 months later he's still talking about this bill he paid for. So how
much was the bill?
I don't know. He bought a small dinner for me and Kane. That's all.
Just the two of you?
It was just the two of us, maybe a couple of other drinks. But I just wanted to put it out there because I feel like he wants credit for paying this bill because he just brings it up on X all the time.
I give you a lot of, I don't know, I give you a lot of credit because you do, you always do say, I love Kane, he's great, or whatever. He is constantly wish-washy. I stand on a side of something every single solitary time. It's almost like he doesn't stand for it. It may be a person, but he will change when it comes to issues and the stuff going on. It's he's so frustrated. Last night he said something, and I don't know if you were listening before, and don't blame me if you weren't, but he made a statement about Aiden coming at me or whatever, and it was just going to get worse, and I'm not thinking about my kids, right? And I hate it, but I paused, I got off, and I was like, he's fucking right. He's right about that, and I need to think about this differently. But literally 2 days ago, he was saying shit about Aiden and texting Aiden, and I'm like, I can't fucking stand him. And then he does these cute, endearing things, and then I'm like, and I don't know what to do with him, and I feel he's now ours now. Is he ours, or is he KMS's? Who does he belong to in this family? Why do we have him?
Well, we don't want him. That's for sure. Kirk doesn't want him. No one, the Minifans don't want him, and J7 wants him because they do a show together every night. So he's found a home.
What do you think of the
What?
show? What do you think of J7 and Kane show?
Yeah, it's a great show. I mean, they're relentless, like 3 hours a night. It's impossible to keep up with, and
That's
I
good
don't
with the
understand.
algorithm. YouTube, do you know like CPMs and stuff like that? Have you seen her share that on Twitter?
Yes.
Her number is insane.
Yeah.
Her number is insane. They are paying her like over $30 for every 1,000 views. That is like a crazy number.
Mm.
Crazy number. So they're getting the money. They're getting the bag. Do you think she's
Yeah, but
sharing
that's
with
the
them?
that's what the algorithm wants. They want you to stay on YouTube, TikTok, all of them for a long time.
Can you
That's
do a
why
long show?
trolling. What?
Can you do a long show?
I mean, I could do it, but I don't want to. Like, I still think like the thing is, it depends what show you want to do. Like, for example, I love J7 and Kane, but I only catch probably 10% of it a week because it's just there's so much of it.
What do you watch? What do you watch?
Just well, all sorts of stuff.
Is there any show that you're watching from start to finish?
KMS. What else? I mean, you mean on YouTube? Any show I'm watching from start
Yeah,
to finish?
yeah,
I mean, not really. They're all so long.
yeah.
But KMS especially.
Jolene did like a 6 hour stream the other day
I
where
know.
she just did like she just took my whole show and then talked and six
Not only
hours.
that, she took the space we were in that night. I don't know if you saw that, but she
I did.
replayed the space. You got to be careful now if you're in spaces late at night. You never know when little Trollene's going to be lurking, screen
She's
recording.
she's in the background. She's anonymous. She's listening. She wants to. I feel like she wants to join. I heard you say on I don't know what show it was. You wanted like her to come on, like,
Yes, I
but
want.
she
Yeah,
won't. You don't
I
think
know
she
she
will?
won't, but I want her to come on Miles Apart or at Space. I want to talk. I want to talk to her.
What would you ask her?
Well, I just want to like make my point that like at some point you got to stop the harassment. You can't just harass one person all the time. She was saying on this 6 hour stream, she thinks this whole free Karen world, whatever true crime community is wild. Okay, then make fun of everyone. Don't just pick on you. Like if
Right,
she wants to do a show, pick on everybody, distribute it around. That's fine. And she said, there's a whole economy on the internet of people like doing this, and she pointed out Reddit. And I think when you're comparing yourself to Reddit, which is known as like the lowest sort of corner of the internet,
wasteland.
yeah.
Right,
So she's lost the war anyway. But I
right,
just think, just like if you are harassing one person, it's not comedy. She hates you. Like she fucking hates you. She's a liberal. She sees you on the right, and it's everything she hates politically.
right,
A white woman in Boston, etc., etc., etc. So she just
right.
it's no comedy. Like she hardly makes a funny joke.
She's making bank. She is making bank. If her numbers are what they are, I mean, she's making like 20K a month off of this. Easy,
Yeah.
easy. That's big, big money, Manners.
Mm.
Big money.
Nothing you can do
So
about it.
no, but you would have her on your show. You don't think so this is an official like ask. You're asking for her to come
Well, I've
on.
asked her. She won't because she's a coward. But I can tell now that, like, even on that 6 hour stream, like, she doesn't like it when people start criticizing her. Like, she's happy to criticize everybody else, but when you start to actually realize, okay, so you can't write a joke, you're bad at improv. I mean, when you hear a riff, you're just like, she's terrible. So this is all she's got, just roasting recaps. She's not. Most of it's not funny, but when basically you've got an army of haters and she's like the general, she just pulls them all in and they can get in the chat and make fun of you, and she makes some money, and that's just the way it goes.
The first few days where she came at me, of course I had no idea who she was. So I was like Googling her. I found the comedy thing or whatever. Did you know that we found like these old blogs of hers? Have you heard this?
I don't know, but J7 played some stuff where she'd added a laugh track to the set she
Oh,
did because there was no audience there or there was no laughter.
so years ago, she was blogging for some website, like a woman's website or whatever. And she was basically just diary entry after diary entry. And I'm assuming nobody was aware of who she was at the time. And she talks unabashedly about her life. And she told the story about how she wanted to be cool and she wanted to go roller skating. And when she got there, all the girls had cool white roller skates, but she had to get the brown rental ones. There's another one where she talks about like when she's in a relationship, how she deals with the fact that her man could look at another woman and find that woman attractive. and how she doesn't like that woman because by default that woman may be prettier than her. Like it's riddled with insecurities. It's riddled with like very weird like relationship isms, you know what I mean? And so like once I read those from start to finish, I read them all. First thing I did was I downloaded them in case they're gone forever. Downloaded them all, read them, and then I was like, this is like a very insecure woman, right? Like it's very obvious that she like harbors a lot of resentment for pretty women, confident women, women who like don't feel insecure when another woman walks in the room. So once you know that and you get all that information, it stopped bothering me. But it did at the beginning. It's fucking nuts. It's crazy.
It is crazy. She's a little troll. She's a little troll.
Pocket manners. All right. So listen, Moonsy, you I heard you say Moonsy. You like Moons, don't you?
Moonsy's a supporter of Miles Apart. She said it's her new favorite show, apart from this one, I'm sure. So
I heard
Moonsy, and of course she does a great job on this channel.
She does. I heard
her and Maggie were like comatose for those shows.
Shut up, manners. I heard your co-host give a little bit, or you maybe give a little credit to her and say that you guys hit 500 subscribers on your channel, and a lot of it attribute to the bunnies that are here.
Yeah.
Because Moons was promoting it. She's in the background. If she could drop the link for it, that would be great. So she did this. I don't know if you heard this, but she was like, I have this really great idea for something that you could do with Menners. And it was like to rank KMS members. And I was like, that sounds like a great idea. And she sent me this whole thing. I'm going to share it with you. We're going to share a screen. Moons, do you want to share or I'll share it?
I mean, this is like the hottest topic. Every year there's a KMS top 50.
Correct. Where were you on it last year?
18 maybe, I think.
Oh.
Low. Too low.
Who was one?
Well, Kirk.
Okay, well, who's two?
I mean, do you want me to bring the whole list up? I think 2 was Blind Mike.
Well, so hold
3 was Justin. 4 was Cullinane.
Oh my God. So she had this great idea. And it was this whole look at what she did. She typed it all out, how long it would last. There were rules. She did this amazing thing. And then I got to
how much of it is from ChatGPT, Moonsy, or Claude?
No, look, but I had to do a list and I would have needed pictures and I don't have them. And I felt terrible that she put all this work into it. And I didn't. So why do you guys rank each other? What is this, some sort of like animal instinct of needing to have a hierarchy of KMS people? Why? Why do you do this?
Well, I don't know where it started, but there's been a KMS top 50 for the last few years. It started off with like a Hall of Fame idea, and I've chaired a number of committees. I've been in charge of a number of the top 50s, and there's always debate about it. It's always very contentious. Recently, they did one in Laconia. There was a committee, and I don't want to criticize them because I was invited on the committee, but I rejected it.
Why? Yes, I heard that. Why though? Why did you reject it?
Because I come all the way from Australia. I don't want to be stuck in a room debating like who's 28 and who's 29. I want to be seeing Minifans and people out on the streets, taking photos, kissing babies, Jess, making people's dreams come true, that kind of thing. Sure. And there was a committee and they did a top 50 this year. And look, there was some controversies. There's some holes in it, but every year it's never going to be perfect.
Does it get like the stamp of approval from Kirk? Like, does he have to say like yes or no?
No, he's too important for that stuff. He does it, but he's too important for that.
Talk to me a little bit about how
you realize we're all just fucking around. Like,
hold on. Talk to me about how you felt when he decided to cancel the show and that he didn't care enough about you guys to do a show every week. How does that make you feel? Okay, Dr. Machado. I felt very, very sad when my favorite show ended, and I went through months and months and months of soul searching, and because people would be telling me, and the show's coming back, don't worry about it. The show's coming back, don't worry about it, etc. But then at one point, maybe if. April, May this year, I decided I just have to accept it's gone. You can't live in hope that Kirk's going to bring the show back. And that's when I started Miles Apart, which was sort of meant to be the future, the future for the Minifans if KMS didn't come back. But
Then I go to Laconia and he brings the show back.
But how did you feel that he did this? Were you upset? Like why doesn't he care
I was disappointed. I was sad. Yes.
Care about his fans. Why doesn't he
Yes.
care about his fans? I was going through some shit, and every day I had to do a show because my fans were like, we cannot go without a day without the show. You've got to show up. He abandoned you essentially. Like, how do you reconcile that in your brain that he doesn't give a fuck about you guys at all?
Well, he does give a fuck about it. I know he does because he cares a lot about it. No one gives more to their fans than Kirk Minahan. And Laconia was unbelievable. I cried for the whole weekend. I was so emotional and so happy about the show. And I think good on him. Like he has a lot going on at the moment. He needs to take a bit of a break from the Kirk Minahan show, and I just got to accept it. That's all. It was hard. I miss it. But it's sort of coming back slowly. Laconia was, just the most amazing weekend. So I'm very thankful for that.
Who was the absolute worst at Laconia? Like, who embarrassed themselves the most? Who was Jake? Did you meet Jake?
I did meet Jake, yeah.
And how was that?
He was fine. Normal. It was a little bit strange that he was there. Like, he literally, traveled halfway across America to hang out with a few people he met in Spaces, and he didn't even go to the KMS live show. Like he had a headache, so he literally traveled to hang out at the Montante mansion. But he was fine, and I hope he's doing well. So shout out Jake, cleaning himself up. Kane was the biggest disaster on the day of the show. No, I'm not joking, because I think one of his children had been sick, so he'd been up all night. Then he had to get up and drive one of his kids there. So he turned up to Laconia off, a couple of hours sleep, I think. And then he made the mistake. He didn't have much to drink, but I think he had a couple of beers. And when you meet someone and they just look through you, like, I would go up to Kane and it was just like nothing there, like just nothing there at all, like blank. At one point he was like sleeping in the show.
Is this the first time you met him?
I'd actually met him. No, he bought me dinner earlier that week.
Okay, but this was your first. So he was
live show together. Yeah, live show together. Who else would you know that had a bad time? I mean, I fucked it up with Kimberly. I mean, I love Nurse Kim. I think she's amazing.
I think that's obvious. I think everybody knows, you really like her.
Yeah. And, it started with when she was booked for Bitches Week for the Kirk Minahan show. If you'd said to me, who is the biggest banker for that week, I'd have said Nurse Kim. And then she goes in and she fucking crumbles. Like, I couldn't have picked it. And then I kind of fucked her over that week.
Stop. Pause.
Yeah.
She's sensitive about that. She's sensitive about bitches. Why are you saying it that way?
She knows she crumbled. She knows she crumbled.
But why do you have to say it like that? You know that it hurts her heart.
But she had one bad day. I mean,
Well, I don't think you guys were accommodating for her. I don't think you guys made her as comfortable as she could have been.
Okay, well, I wasn't there. And then we go to Laconia, and I'm so desperate to meet her. I love Montante. They're like a super couple, and we take a photo together. I'm so excited, and then I put this photo out, and she's not happy with the photo. I get roasted again. She hates me again. There's just nothing I can do to get it right with Kim. So what I'm saying is I will MC their wedding. Like, if they want, I will come over and MC the Montante Kim wedding, because I'm sure Kim, I will not fuck it up. I promise you, I will not say anything offensive.
I actually don't believe you. I want to open up the phone lines.
Right.
So you're okay with that? If people call in and ask some questions, okay. So we're going to open up the phone lines for Menners. If you have any questions, don't be crazy, don't be mean. But I am going to open up the phone line. So let me just do that now. The numbers.
Why would they be mean?
I don't know. I mean, who knows? I don't know what to expect. I have no idea. Some phone calls in the beginning when I first started calls were not nice, and we got into some serious arguments. Those are my favorite, actually. Combative phone calls and arguments on the phone, better. I like the nice ones too. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know how many people don't like you. What do people not like you? Do you think there are people in KMS that don't like you?
I don't know. I mean, I've only got like 700 people muted on X, so.
I think it's important that the bunnies hear this. We need to know more about Pat Ford. As
Okay.
you know, Pat Ford kind of came over here as a troll. He was not very nice. Apparently, I've heard that there are text messages where he calls me some very disparaging fat names. I confronted him on it. He apologized. And then Jolene started saying, and I don't know if anybody else has caught this, it was sent to me in a clip. She knows who he is. He's like what she knew his nickname, Patty Parking Lots, right? She was saying all about him. Is he really just a professional troll that just goes from like channel to channel, wreaks havoc, endears himself to people, and then is behind the scenes pulling strings? Like, we need to know a little bit more about him because he's here, he leaves, he comes back, he texts me, tells me he loves me. How do we manage Pat Ford?
So I think 100% right. He is a troll. He does go from channel to channel, causing trouble. And the reason he came to your neck of the woods is he hates Kane. Like, he irrationally hates Kane. It has destroyed his friendship with John and Warren because John and Warren and Kane are quite good friends. And, Pat hates Kane. So when he saw Kane, prospering over here, he was like, I'm going to come over and destroy him, which he did. He did a pretty good job of taking Kane down. He did your whole Kane funeral, etc. But Paddy is quite sincere and he's harmless. Like, he's not somebody who's going to do anything particularly dangerous. Like, I believe it when he apologized to you, and yeah, he's quite sincere.
Where does he rank on the list of top 50?
He made it to the top 50, but I can't remember where. But he was like 40 to 50, like down the bottom. But Kirk kind of has gone off him.
What do you mean he's gone off him? What does that mean?
Well, because Kirk's always backing up Kane, then Pat sort of gets annoyed. So I think Kirk doesn't like Pat anymore. But it's not.
Why does Kirk defend Kane so much?
Well, just like the way I do. Like, I feel sorry for him. Like, he's in other times he'd be locked up in a workhouse, and you'd hide him from the community. So
okay, I'm getting some text messages. Let me just take a look at this. Nobody has any questions for you.
Great.
Nobody wants to talk to you.
Fantastic.
Nobody has any questions for Menners. That's
right.
kind of sad. All right.
That's good.
You think?
Yeah, absolutely.
That means there's no hate for you.
Well, that's good.
Nobody dislikes you.
Yep.
Let's see what the chat has to say. Menners, hold on. Someone is saying, because it's like Howard Stern show, it's Kirk's whack pack.
100%.
Some people aren't really loving the Kirks. Who's your New England sports team? Your favorite?
Oh yeah, Red Sox. That's how I found Kirk, was through the Red Sox. So I became a baseball fan, watching the Red Sox, started to listen to EEI podcasts, and then I found him through that.
I heard that. That's how it all started, because I couldn't really make the connection. I didn't understand what you were doing here.
Yeah, it's very odd. It's a very odd connection. And then I would listen to like Section 10 podcast, and they had Kirk on early on, so I got a bit of his background. Yep. I still like the Red Sox. I'm going to my first ever NFL game. So they're playing the Rams, and the 49ers are playing in Melbourne in 2 and a bit weeks.
And you're going?
Never been to an NFL game before. So,
do you feel left out that you don't live in America?
It's a good question. I just saw tonight the movie Tony about Anthony Bourdain, and it was set on the Cape in P-Town, and it was, the Northeast in summer, and I just thought, I'd love to spend like 6 months in the Northeast. I don't know how I'd go in winter, but coming for like 6 months would be very good.
So, okay, now I feel like I want to just get a little bit more so you're not married and you have no kids.
I have 2 kids.
You have 2 kids?
Yes, my daughter's 20 and my son will be 18 in 2 months.
What?
Yeah.
Do you live with them?
My daughter lives with me and my son lives with my ex.
Were you married?
Yeah, I was married for almost 25 years.
Wait, so how long ago, when did you get divorced? How long ago?
Like 2 years ago. I mean, we separated like 3 years ago.
I want to know why. Why?
Why? Oh, we just drifted apart. You know, if you start like here and you just go a little bit apart, then 20 odd years later, you can be two different people.
Okay, to whoever it is in the chats that's saying we all know this, no, not everybody here does know all of this. Many of the people here don't know. I don't know this. So relax, calm down. And why is somebody calling you money manners?
Oh, money matters. I like
Money
it.
manners. Who initiated the divorce?
It was like mutual. We went to counselling and we just couldn't resolve certain things.
Did you have a marital home?
Yeah, yeah.
Is she still in it or are you in it?
No, we divested all assets and split them up. It was very amicable. We got it. Very we're still friends. We don't argue. It's actually we've been much better since we split up.
Hmm. Um, do you have a girlfriend?
I do.
How long have you had your girlfriend? You've only been divorced 2 years.
Yeah, I've had my girlfriend for just over a year. We met on Hinge.
What's Hinge?
It is a dating app.
Okay. And wait, does she live with you?
No, she doesn't. She's divorced. But her kids are a little bit younger, so um, she still has responsibilities.
Are you like a stepdad?
I mean, well, we're not married yet, and I don't live with them, so not really. But you gotta be friendly, and you gotta be nice to the kids
Have you ever slept in her house when the kids are there?
all the time.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, wait, so have we ever seen a picture of her? Would you ever show a picture of her?
I mean, I'm not. I mean, not right now because I'd have to find a good one. But she's from Zimbabwe, so she's African.
What is she doing in Australia?
She's been here like 20 years. She's a
Okay.
nurse.
Okay. Are you really just a podcaster? Is that your real career? Is that what you do?
Yeah. I have a podcast studio in Sydney, and I make podcasts for businesses. Also do my own cricket show. But yeah, work with a lot of businesses, universities, from finance to ethics, you name it, we do all of it.
Why does it feel to me? I'm not kidding. Why does it feel to me like you are single? Why does it, if you give bachelor vibes?
Well, I'm living a bit at the moment like a bachelor because, I don't live with my girlfriend. My kids are grown up. I'm having a great time. I have more freedom than I've had for like 20 years.
Have have you been following Kane's dating journey at all through J7 show?
I have.
What do you
And that's
think?
why it makes me nervous because I think if you're really serious about a relationship, then a lot of it you can't talk about on a YouTube show.
Do you think he was sharing too much?
I think it's a bit icky if you're like DMing someone and then they're reading them out on a YouTube show. Like
Yeah.
you're just kind of using that person for content,
Yeah.
which I think is fine in lots of things when you do these shows. But if you're serious about a relationship with someone, you've got to keep that stuff personal.
I think it was making him a little bit like more endearing to us, like to hear him going through like the dating thing or whatever. But I thought it was too soon. Like we had this whole thing where his girlfriend was like practically on our show one time, right? She was in the background and then all of a sudden it was over. I have a caller. Can we take it?
It's your show.
All right. Good morning. You're live on 24 and 24 with Menners.
Good morning, Miss Jessica and Manners. This is your friend Leroy, otherwise known as Boat.
Good morning, Boat.
Good morning. I do want to contribute a little something here. I think that we are all seeing in real time exactly what a dirtbag that little turtle dick is. Now, I just want to tell you something. I know you want to back off. I think that would be a very big mistake, and you don't need to go overboard. But do not let him smell the blood in the water. I want to tell you, he will listen. He says he do not listen to anything that you do, yet he listens to every minute. So I've got a message for you, little tiny turtle dick. You are a scumbag. You ought to lay off. You know that Miss Jess has plenty on you. Plenty on you. Plenty. And the thing of it is, you are afraid of her. She has been nothing but kind and cordial and forgiving to you. Do not give up defending yourself against that nasty, tiny little Turtle Dick. He is a projector, and I suggest that his name be Master Beta. And to you a good day. Goodbye.
I said good day.
Polite caller.
Well, Boat, we don't know Boat. This verdict on Boat and who that is out. We don't know who it is. They've said that they've been following me a long time. They know about my politics. So there's someone like outside of like the Free Karen Reed movement who apparently does not like Aiden. Let's address that for a second. I said I wanted to back off. Do you think that's the right thing to do? Do you think it's getting a little too touchy and I have to kind of back away, or do I just keep going? What do you think? What's your advice?
To be honest, I don't really know. Like, it's all so confusing to me. I don't know the history, but I don't. My gut feeling is you should distance yourself from him. My gut feeling is it's time for you to like start to not let these fuckers drag you down. Like, you're strong enough on your own. You don't need Turtle Boy. You don't need Turtle Dick. You don't need anybody else. Just do your own thing.
Yeah.
But I don't really know. Like, because you said you still got to like cover his case, so it's going to be hard to cover his case and not talk about him.
I actually think it's like I think everybody expects that I wouldn't cover his case. Like, why would I? I used to cover it. I'd go to every hearing, and I feel like everybody thinks like, well, she's not going to go anymore. I think it's the opposite. Now let's go and give it from like a completely different perspective. Like, not somebody that's like, you know, out here kind of making excuses, but like, now let's fucking go there and just look at it with a completely different.
They've got an agenda. Take him down.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, you know, from somebody who has been burned by him, now let's go and look at it that way. He doesn't really have people covering his case. Like, I was only one of a couple people in the courtroom for those, unless it was like a real big one where he was like in cuffs and stuff like that. But like, I think now's the way. Like, now have somebody out there who isn't mainstream media, right? Because mainstream media can't give their opinion on shit. They, you know, Channel 10 can't go on there and be like, I think he's a piece of shit. But I can cover him and just be like, typical Aiden being an asshole. And like, I can give a completely different perspective. So I think like the easy way out would have been like, yeah, I'm not fucking cover it. And now I'm like, yeah, let's fucking cover it. I can stop talking about him on the Daily Show. And I do think people think I can't do that. But I do feel Kane had the point. Like, am I not paying attention to like, this is impacting my family or could impact my kids? So I think, I think he's right. I hate to.
Why would it impact your kids?
Because he's dragging, you know, my kids onto the internet. He's talking about my husband's son and reading court documents. My husband doesn't see his son right now over the past couple of years. He's bringing that up. He's talking about, he's giving his theory on why it's happening. And the internet is just, you know, I can't say
that's not fun anymore. Like, that's why you should start to back off, just because.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny you say that because, you know, the Minifans are fucking crazy, but some of this crowd, like, once you start going into like court documents with kids and stuff, it's pretty low. Like, that's scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I did notice that early on, that you guys, when you started this KMS Karen Reed crossover, like, a lot of you were like, what the fuck is happening out here? What do you mean you guys are like going for the jugular like this? Like, it's almost like you guys are like kind of like dumb and happy guys, you know what I mean? And like, on this side, it's
not
like
happy.
it's very
I would say depressed. We're all like mental illness.
I agree, but don't you feel though that like the Karen Reed group of content creators really kind of filled that space and that absence that you guys were feeling with Kirk being gone? Like, what would you guys have done? Where would you be? What would you be doing? A lot of you guys are doing little crossovers and stuff.
Yeah, well, it was organic though. I mean, of course, drama's good. Like, but there's been a natural, like, you know, mixing of, you know, Minifans and other, you know, bunnies, etc. That's kind of organic now. Like, a lot of them are fucking. There's, you know, some fans of KMS.
Wait, do you think Kim is the reason this happened? Is Kimberly?
No. Do you think they're the only people fucking? Like, I'm not going to name names, but there are.
Wait, what?
You know, I'm telling you, there's a lot of crossover between the two communities.
What do you mean? There's people that are having sex?
Yes, Jess. They are.
What? Tell me.
Like you and Jeffy did in Florida. You remember? My
vagina. Tell me. Give me one couple. Give me one.
I'm not Kimmy and Montante. I'm not naming names.
We know that.
I've burnt every bridge imaginable. I'm not burning two more on this show.
This is all we do on this show is we talk.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna. I'm just telling you. So now it's more organic. It's more organic, and there's Kane doing J7 show and stuff. There's all that kind of thing.
Oh, I was just asking who you thought was who was the very first crossover from Karen Reed to KMS, or vice versa.
Kim and Beaver, but I think it started around like the Birchmore stuff. When Kirk started doing the Birchmore stuff, a lot of
Journalism.
people started to take a bit more notice of what was going on in Watertown, and that brought a lot more people over to KMS, etc.
Yeah.
So that's probably the start. Obviously, you've got the link very beginning when Turtle Dick, as he's now called, was the only one to talk about Kirk being cancelled on the radio.
Yeah, just him.
But that was 15 years ago, so we can get over that now.
He talks about it like it was yesterday, Manners. He talks about it like it was yesterday.
Yeah, but like you can do one good thing and a lot of shit things, and then the shit stuff outweighs the one good thing. Like,
do you like Aiden? Do you like Turtle Boy?
I don't know. I'm not interested in the content he does, so I've never really followed him particularly closely. But I do think he's a bit of a loser, just trying to he's found his little lane and he's swimming, he's paddling around like a turtle. He's very happy.
Do you think Kirk likes him?
It's a good question. I don't want to answer for Kirk on that one.
Well,
but Kirk's talked about him enough on the show. There's enough there. But sometimes, Turtle Boy can go low. That's the thing. Like, he can go low.
Yeah.
Fucking low.
Yeah. We're experiencing it in real time. All right. What were we saying before all this? Yeah. Who's having sex with who?
I'm not telling you who's having sex with who.
That would be all my chat cares about. Everything else is like second to that.
Yeah. I'm not doxing who's like fornicating.
Do you think that J7 and Jake actually made a good couple?
Wow. That's a question. I don't know if they were really a couple. Like, I don't know if a little bit of online.
You know a little bit about him now, especially from Spaces.
Yep.
You know a little bit about J7 because you're watching a little bit of the show. Do you think that was kind of like a good couple?
I can see how they're like J7's a female version of Jake sometimes when she's like going off doxing people, just losing her mind. So maybe they would be a good couple, but you have to say no one loves anybody more than J7 loves Jake.
That's true.
It's fucking wild.
Team Jake every day. # Team Jake. She does. She loves him. I was a little mean to Jake just before he left for rehab. I had basically hit like a wall with him. He was so mean. He called me on the phone. He was mean on the phone. And I don't know how to handle that. I didn't know. I have a little regrets. And then right after that, he went away and I haven't been able to like smooth it over with him. I think
the problem's on his end. Like he needed to get help, and he's not without his flaws, should I say?
For sure. Aren't we all though? What are your flaws? What would you say someone would say are your like top 2 flaws?
What would someone say in my top 2 flaws? Jesus.
I did write down that you.
I'm a Leo, so I think I'm perfect.
What do you mean
maybe
you're
someone
a Leo?
else.
You care about signs?
I'm into astrology.
What is a Leo?
My birthday was on August the 2nd. I turned 50. So
all right. So give me some characteristics.
You know, like confident. What?
You're 50?
Yeah, I turned. Yeah, okay.
We're the same age.
I shouldn't have said that.
We're the same age.
Leo's top qualities are, come on, Google. They are bold, warm-hearted, and natural-born leaders. Confident, generous, charismatic, loyal, passionate. Well, that describes me. There you go.
It does.
It really does.
Can you do mine?
What's your star sign?
Pisces.
The worst.
What do you mean?
I'm joking. That's my daughter. You're March, yeah?
Yeah.
My daughter's March 7th. Okay. I would say deeply emotional. Like, you cry every second day on your stream, so we've all seen it.
Yeah.
Creative, very good on your show.
Yeah.
Mystical nature. Not sure about that. Deep emotional attunement. Well, one of the things I like about you on air is you can talk about your own feelings very well, and I think that's captivating. And you can do it for hours on end, like nonstop. The algorithm loves you. Natural healers. They make incredible listeners, offering unconditional support and a safe space for anyone in distress. Yeah, I felt very safe here. Very safe. Boundless creativity, visionary thinking, highly intuitive, adaptable and gentle. Okay. The flip side, prone to escapism, overly trusting. Well, we've seen that with Aiden. So
I had mods and I gave yes, I am trusting. Yes. Why? So did you consider astrology when you were on Hinge?
no, I'm not that much of a lunatic. But
I
I think I think there is stuff to do with like personalities and stuff. Like it doesn't make complete nonsense to me that it means something. But I was brainwashed. My mum was really into it, so she was doing my charts and everything when I was growing up. So
What?
that's all.
You were doing
Yeah, absolutely.
What?
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. So, hold on. I have another question. So, you get divorced.
Yeah. Here we go.
You put a Hinge profile up right away?
Pretty much.
Okay. How many first dates, one dates did you do?
It's a good question. Quite a few. Like some
Like-
really
Like quite a few, like 10, 20?
say 10. Yeah, it's like 10.
Of the
You know,
10,
and some
how many-
3 of those maybe progressed a little further.
Did you sleep with any of them?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Out of the 10, how many did you have sex with?
I'm not going to go into like numbers, but not
Why?
many. Like, because not many, a couple. It was very, it wasn't, I'm not a teenager anymore. It wasn't a sex party.
Were they younger than you?
No,
Okay, so same age.
roughly. Although I matched with this woman who was 32, right? So a lot younger than me. And
Okay.
she was very pretty, and she was like, she lived very close to me, and she was like, let's meet. So we met somewhere around the corner, and she walks in, and I'm like, fuck. Not only is she 32, but she's a young 32, so she actually looked like 25. So she sits down. She's very nice, very pleasant. Waitress comes over and says, "Oh, is this your daughter? Is this your daughter, sir?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm fucked." Because she just left then.
Did you sleep with that one?
No, definitely not. She wasn't
What do you
sleeping with
think
her dad that
definitely?
night.
Wait, do you think like she knew your age, right?
Yeah, but I think when like the waitress goes, "Is this your daughter, sir?" I think you're out. I think,
Real my daughter's dad was 22 years older than me.
okay.
I was 22, he was 44 when we started dating.
Wow.
Yeah.
Different times.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's nothing wrong with that. That's good.
So, all right, so
Yeah, so I got on the app straight away, and it was very good because when I'd been producing podcasts, I'd actually done a couple on dating apps. Not that I'd been in, that I'd produced for other people. So I'd heard how all the apps worked, but I'd never been on them. So I got to give it a go.
Hinge isn't the number one dating app. What's the one everybody uses? The one that you swipe
There's
left and right?
Tinder, Bumble, Hinge. Tinder's probably the big one.
Okay. Wait,
But
did
I
you
think
do
Hinge is pretty popular. I speak to a lot of couples that met on Hinge. Put it in the chat if you met on Hinge.
so
Met your partner.
you met her online. I'm fascinated by I always feel like because we're older, our generation, right? We didn't grow up. That's not how you met people. Maybe these generations they meet people online, but for someone our age to go on a dating app and meet somebody on a dating app, I think that's kind of
It's very common.
it is.
I think so. I think it's very common.
Is there a social scene down there? Like, would you have? So you own your own business. You don't have you're not working in an office. There's not a lot of people, so you're not finding like a work wife, right? So there's nothing like that
No.
happening. Do you drink?
No,
So you don't drink at all.
not really. No,
So you're not going out to a bar scene or anything like
definitely
that.
not. I'm not going out picking up at bars.
Do you? So where do you meet somebody? I guess then, right?
That's right. Apps are really good because you can just power through them.
Very interesting. Are all your profiles gone?
Your sound's gone again. Are you sitting on your mic or something?
No.
There, I think that's better. I think your mic's on your headphones. I need to give you a full tech lesson.
Oh, is this my microphone?
I think it is, yeah.
Oh my God.
It
didn't-
doesn't. It sounds fun.
I didn't know. I
It
know.
sounds fun. Don't cover it. You can let it go. Just don't sit on it again.
I never used headphones. I used to do radio, right? So when I'd go into the studio, I'd walk in and I wouldn't have a producer per se, but they would set everything up for me. I'd have
Just
my,
the Howie Carr Network.
I was on Howie Carr, but there's a producer there. But at my other radio station, I would just go in, everything was set up for me. I'd push a button and it was all good to go. I did wear headphones and it was a regular mic, but at home I've never used a microphone and I've never used headphones. I should do this. It's better.
Yes. You need a USB microphone like this one.
I have one, but I don't use it.
Well, why not?
I don't know. I feel like maybe I should probably take this to the next level.
Yeah. And you could buy a little deck, so you could have your phone hooked up so the phone calls weren't just your phone on
You
your
have that
desk.
too? You do that too?
Yeah, I've got a deck right here, but there's littler ones that you could get for home. I
Are
need to
you
talk to
in the
Moonsy.
studio?
Isn't she part of your team?
We just talked about that. I mean, full transparency. I said I think like starting of the year, like I could actually put her on payroll, which would be a big step for me.
Wow.
I could actually bring her on board as like an actual producer. Do the producers on Kirk Show get paid?
Yes, they're paid
They do.
way
Yeah.
too much.
That's a paid position to show up and do absolutely no fucking work
Yes.
beforehand and not even have clips ready to go. They get paid for that.
I know, it's unbelievable.
I'm not kidding. I'm being very serious. Like they get
I'm not
paid to do that.
kidding
That's
either.
fucking ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
I had to also get over that because it's so frustrating. They're so bad at their job, but you just can't consistently just hate on people. Like Trolling can do it, I can't.
I-
I mean, I did it for 5 years, so I guess I can.
Are you in your studio now?
Yep.
Is this a camera?
Yep, it is.
Can you turn it around? What's it look like?
What do you mean? It's on like a stand. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Like,
what's your
turn around?
studio look? Can we see what your studio looks like?
I'll show you another time. It's a bit of a mess.
Why?
Because
Why?
I'm having renovations this week, so
Everybody was really excited about that. It's fine.
well, there's nothing to see. Microphones, a deck.
Is this in a building, an office space?
Yeah, I rented. I've had it for 6 years.
Huh.
So I started the first cricket podcast in Australia in 2013. So it was one of the very early podcasts in Australia.
Did you say 2013?
2013, yeah.
Dude, nobody was podcasting in
No.
2013.
And then I did it professionally for a company here, like called News Limited, Rupert Murdoch's company. I did it for like a few years for him, and then I decided to open my own studio, and that's how I'm here.
All that time.
That's it.
Do you know that I started Bunny After Dark in 2012?
Wow.
No,
On
wait,
YouTube?
wait. I'm sorry. No, it wasn't 2012. It was 2006, 9. It was like 2010. No, so this guy, like this local guy, and this is going back before like these things. He was like, I want to do an internet radio station. So there were radio stations. He was a radio guy, and he was like, I want to do an internet one. And it was like nobody knew how to do it, but he found a guy, and the guy set up a website, and he set up a studio, and he would stream from this studio space. And I called in one day to talk to him on his show, and he's like, oh, you should start a show. And I had no idea what to do. And he's like, just come in one day, come in and talk. And I sat in front of the microphone for like a half hour, and it had headphones, and I was addicted to it right away. Day one, I was like, I can talk. And Bunny After Dark was born literally like a month after that.
That's beautiful. I remember like I did my first podcast in my living room with a friend, and I knew straight away I would wanted to do more of it. Straight
Yeah.
away after the first show.
Same. How popular is cricket now? Like how into it are people?
Cricket's a
Is it like football to us? Like, is it that big?
yeah, it's like a national sport here. It's very, very popular. It's very, very popular. It's the second most popular sport in the world, behind soccer. So
And do you want to talk about the fight you got into with that guy on your show?
Stuart McGill. Oh, you're all right. Choking. Lost her. Well, anyway, so miles apart. you can follow me on Twitter at amenas double underscore. Sorry, at Menas double underscore. I've got 2 Twitters. It's confusing. One for cricket and one for non-cricket stuff. My non-cricket one started as a burner. I think Jess is actually choking. This is big. Can you imagine Jolene is like thrilled right now.
I was dying.
She's gonna have a field day with this, with your fucking up the sound at the beginning, almost choking.
I'm sorry. I hope she enjoys it. I hope she makes a lot of money off of it.
Same.
All right, so let's talk about that. So, Moon's jumped in. I don't know if you can see, but she comes to my rescue every time she knows. She's like, "Okay, I'm here if you need me." All right, so I won't keep you much longer. Your co-host, he's local. He goes to Society every morning, correct?
Yeah, Cliffy, he's going to jump in your car with you one day.
Well, I'm waiting for it. He knows. Like, that would drive people crazy. I didn't realize he was local. I didn't realize he was Portuguese. I didn't know he was from Fall River. I had no idea. I kind of feel like maybe you are charmed by me, and then you saw someone very similar with the Portuguese, southeastern Massachusetts vibe, and you didn't ask me to be your co-host.
Well, I've been to Portugal.
You have?
Now, I've got a clip of the blow up. Can I share it?
Oh, for sure. Yes.
Will it let me? Video file.
I feel like some of the bunnies have already seen this, but Menners was in. Well, you set it up for us. You tell us.
Okay, so I had. So at the beginning of the year, I decided to take a punt, and I asked a former Australian cricketer, so a very famous cricketer, to be my co-host on the show, and I asked him to do it, but he's had a bit of a patchy last couple of years. He was arrested for some drug convictions, and he's got to do 500 hours of community service.
Hold on a second. Stop. Yeah. What?
Yeah, he's like, if he was convicted for being like not explicitly involved in a cocaine deal, but kind of on the side of one, sort of helping put people together. So I thought I'd take a punt on this guy, and I invited him to be my co-host. And there'd been a few. What?
What does a punt mean?
Sorry, take a gamble. Take a gamble on him, because I knew he was a bit of a loose cannon.
Okay, and we're in America here, sir. The chat is like, what do you mean? What's a punt?
Okay, well, learn some Australian lingo, ladies. So we do this now. What happened on the 5th episode we've done together. We've done 4 episodes together, and I could already tell he's a bit sketchy. Like he's, hungover and, erratic. And then he completely loses the plot at me. So let's have a look if this will come up.
It is. It's there. I see it.
Okay, you can bring it up. The 1-minute clip of it.
You are a moron. Continue. Next topic. And if you cut that out, it's the last time I ever work with you.
I won't cut it out at all. I'll leave it in. But I just think you're missing.
Move on.
You're missing what I'm trying to say. Because I think.
Move on.
I'm trying to
move on.
Warner some.
Move on.
Warner some
move
grace. Warner some grace.
Listen, you muppet. Yeah. When I say move on, I'm not saying keep talking about something.
But it's my
move
show.
On.
It's my show as well. I can keep talking.
Go on, keep talking.
I will keep talking.
Go on, keep talking. Right.
You look really upset.
I am upset with you. Move on.
Okay. Well, if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. Not that, just why you're upset.
You're a joke, mate. Move on. Move on.
Well, you seem very irritable.
Yeah, mate. Look, I may jump across the mic in any second.
That's a threat.
Actually, you know what? That's it for this episode. Thanks for joining us. Yep, absolutely.
Cool. That's
Thanks
great.
for joining us.
You got to be really fucking careful, mate.
There you go. And just down the bottom, you made it when you hit the Daily Mail. Just go down the bottom there. When you hit the Daily Mail, you made it.
Menners. Did you guys do a show after this?
We did, yeah. We did a couple of shows afterwards, and then we've had nothing to do with each other since.
So that's like a coke rage, what we're seeing there, right? Like he's like, yeah.
Coke, alcohol, whatever it is, there was a lot of rage.
What was it that you said that?
So people saw this. People saw this everywhere. It was on the front page of the newspaper here. I got like hundreds and hundreds of messages from people I haven't heard from for forever, I go walking in the shops now and hear people saying to me, move on, move on. Like, it was really viral. It was easily the most viral thing.
Well, I've learned no bad press is good press, right? It all works. Did it get you followers? Did you like add to like any of your platform? Like, were you able to parlay this into something?
Absolutely, yeah. What do they say, Jess? Any publicity is good publicity.
That's what
So
that's what I say. Yeah, I remember seeing this, but it was you guys were arguing over something like very specific, right? About some sort of like championship or something like that, and he like lost his mind, right?
yeah, well, it's complicated, but it was about a particular player, and it's a complicated issue. But he just lost his mind. And the thing was, you can tell a lot about someone by the way they react afterwards. And he did not apologize. He did not back down. He was just so stubborn. And I thought, well, I can't work with this guy again because every time we disagree about something, he's just going to say he's going to punch me and he's going to lose the plot. And
Were you worried he was going to punch you? Because honestly, like that would have been entertaining, like to watch you guys fight and
thanks.
argue like that. Well,
Yeah,
if you weren't in a real harm's way, you know what I mean, and you never really would have. Do you think he would have?
I don't know. He looked like he lost control. So when someone loses control, but he's not known for being someone that hits people. He's known for being someone that loses the plot like that. But yeah, I just decided I couldn't work with him for much longer.
I would have
after
tuned
that.
into a little bit more of that. I like fighting like that. I like that kind of like. That's like I don't know. That's
I
great.
like it too, but actually the cricket audience doesn't. They're pretty conservative.
Mm. Speaking of like kind of like polar issues, and we'll end with this. Are you following the Lindsay Clancy trial at all?
A little bit, yep.
Yesterday or the day before, there's this viral video that kind of popped up of a girl in the front row in the press box. I don't know if you've seen it. She was kind of winking and smiling, and then there was another girl behind shimmying her shoulder and making eye contact. This whole thing is crazy, and how it's like split people in two. Either some people think like, she's an absolute, murderer, killed her kids, put her in jail for the rest of her life. Or it's the other side where they're showing up in pink t-shirts and like, we love Lindsay. And where do you stand on this issue? What do you think? What's your take?
Wow, I'm certainly not in the We Love Lindsay camp. I think it's very sad how sick she must have been, but in the end, it's the most heinous thing a mother can do. So I said this on Miles Apart. It's just something you just can't comprehend. Like
Right.
but I have a lot of sympathy for people that go through mental illness, but you still got to be responsible for your actions.
I said the other day, I covered the Karen Reed 1 and 2, right? And, I never thought I was in the room.
Really? Go on.
I'm trying to just be nice and professional for our first show. If you're ever on Bunny After Dark, it's a very different. We'll do a funeral for you.
We'll sort your sound out by then.
I never felt I was in the courtroom with the murderer. You know what I mean? Like Karen Reed was there. I would say hi to her. I never thought that she like murdered, even if I ever subscribed to it being an accidental drunk driving hit, that's not a murderer with it like crazy intent. I never felt that way. I always felt like this is someone who didn't do it. When I was in the courtroom with Lindsay, I was like freaked out a little bit. I was like, I'm standing like 5 feet away from someone that strangled her children. As much as I think like, yes, it's terrible what had happened. And like, it's very unnerving to be in a room with the murderer. I don't know. I feel like it's overlooked so much by like all the weird press that's there. They're so sensationalizing it. But like when you're in there and you're looking at her, like you're right there, it's like, all you can do is think about her doing it, and I can't even like be around it. And the way these people are acting is just wild to me. So it's all over the news. These clips of these reporters or independent journalists are going viral. It's absolutely nuts right now, and it's kind of crazy. I actually talked to the girl in the green yesterday. I texted her. I reached out. I asked her how she was doing. And it's gone even further viral than it was when I talked to her yesterday. I think now it's everywhere. Like TMZ has these clips, everybody's sharing it. And she was doing okay, I think, but it's gotten worse. She's getting death threats now, and it's turned into something far, far worse. In her defense, and I'll say it here, I haven't said it yet, and I'll talk about it more later. When I met her, she sat on the side of me. She is like a nervous smiler. You know what I mean? Like, I did find her to be kind of like a little socially awkward sitting on the side of me. She was a little nervous and a little chatty and very friendly, and so I'm not saying like smiling on camera wasn't like awkward or whatever. I can't say it was deliberate, but I feel bad. It's getting so she seems like a nice kid. I think
Some people just do that. They just smile. It's a
Yeah.
nervous thing.
Yeah. So
What's next for you? Like Lindsay Clancy's over soon. I mean, what are you going to do? What's on the horizon? Obviously, Turtle Dick's court case. After that,
so it's been the summer here. My daughter was home, so we didn't have like the consistency of school.
Oh yes, I know what I wanted to ask you. Sorry. I just before I forget, we'll answer what's happening next. Jolene is saying, and I just want to know: are you going to lock up your mum? Is that what you're going for? Because she was saying, see, this is. Trolline hates you. There's no comedy. She was saying that you're putting out there that your mum is leaving on the gas. I think this might be right. Your mum is leaving on the gas, and you're going to use that to lock her up so you can keep the house.
What does leaving on the gas mean? Oh, no.
I watch far too much of Trolline's 6-hour stream. I'm willing to admit it. Hand up.
Manners, my mom.
I'm just asking the questions.
No.
Are you trying to lock her up?
No, my mom lives with me. She lives on her side of the house. She's not that old.
But wouldn't you like both sides?
Oh my God. You know what? My mom has been divorced for 40 years, 30 years,
Okay.
30 years. She's been divorced. She's never dated. She's never had a boyfriend after that. She had a bad marriage, bad divorce with my stepdad, and she lives alone, and she's 77 years old. And before she moved here, we were worried about what it was going to look like when she got older. So my mom lives with me. It's not always easy. Do you get along with your parents?
Very, very well. My dad's passed away sadly a while ago, but I get on very well with my mum. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't
I'm just
always
saying, you don't want to lock her up.
No, I don't want to lock up my
Okay,
mom.
just checking. And how's she going with the gas? Is she still leaving it on all the time?
Manners, she does leave the gas on sometimes. She forgets.
Okay.
I'm willing to take advice from Jolene on this matter. Like I'm living with a senior citizen. She's getting older. Can you switch
it to electricity, like an electric stove? I don't know.
The best I can do is I can hear what. Why does she hate me so much? Why?
I don't know, but that's it. She went straight for the you're trying to lock your mother up.
Yes, that's it. Yes, that's exactly. Oh my God, these people are nuts. The answer is no.
Yeah.
To answer
so what's next? What's next?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what to do. I mean, every day I can't give up the show. Everybody needs it in the mornings. It's like their drive to work show. It's their start their day show. So we'll be back closer to 7:30 every day. I used to start a little later because it was the summer, but we'll be back to 7:30. We'll do the show every day. We'll cover Aiden's case.
Okay.
I have a project that I was working on that is like Netflix adjacent. Can't talk about it.
Wow. That's big.
Yes, I was reached out by a company that's doing a 3-part documentary on a story that I had broken and covered. And so they are producers with Netflix. And so I signed an agreement a couple of weeks ago for that. So it's work that's being done. I'm working with a publisher. I'm trying to move through this on writing a book about like my coverage of Karen Reed, because I'd covered both of them. But I don't know.
Do you reckon anyone would buy that, or the bunnies would buy it?
I don't even know if anybody, I feel like it's just something I need to memorialize somewhere. I mean, I covered like a really big murder trial, you know what I mean? Like, and there's a different perspective as being like, dude, I couldn't even afford to cover Karen Reed. I was broke. I couldn't even, I don't even know how I managed to do it. So anyway, I was trying to figure that out, but I don't know if it's going to work. Publishing people are weird. And there's like a lot of deadlines and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't like being told what to do. It's a problem. Well, so I have no idea. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no idea. Okay. I'm going to bring.
You'll find your way.
I'm just going to wake up every day and do a show at the best I can. That's it. What are you
about your feelings?
Yeah.
Well, I'm working on Miles Apart. We've got our first guest on this Sunday surprise guest, but
Wait,
it's our
what?
first guest. We're miles apart. We've booked a big guest, huge
Really?
guest. Yep.
Is it
So,
Kirk?
no, no one will be able to guess it, but it's something I'm very excited about.
It's on Sundays.
Yeah, live on
Thursdays?
YouTube on Sunday, and actually we've got a Patreon episode coming out tomorrow where Cliff and I are going to discuss this. Cliff is going on some show tonight with Moonsy to review 24 on 24 today. So lots of
We're
Cliff
doing-
content.
We're doing Bunny After Dark tonight. We're bringing Bunny
Right.
After Dark back, and Moons is doing a pregame show.
That's what Cliff's going on, apparently.
I didn't know that. Yeah, we've got to bring back Bunny After Dark.
Okay. Sounds like a fun show.
I think it's the best of all the shows. It was so fun. We used to do chat roulette. Do you know what chat roulette is?
Yes, yep.
Have you ever done it?
No. But isn't that you go into a room and you just get paired with someone?
Yeah, on video.
No, the thing I like that you do is the Horizon social chart. That's one of my favorite things you do, where you like get people to rank where people are on the Horizon chart.
I'm doing it tonight, and then
Good.
we're going to revisit the original Horizon social chart that we did in the beginning, and we're going to see how all of these relationships have like either changed, gotten better, gotten worse. We're going to rank everybody. Yeah, so we're doing.
I'm going
that
to guess
tonight.
most of them have got worse where you're concerned.
Manners, sometimes when you're an asshole, but sometimes when you meet people or they're in your sphere, shut up. I take everybody at the beginning, but isn't it fair to say that like not everybody is your cup of tea? And at the beginning you think they are, and then you learn a little bit about them and you're like, absolutely not. I don't fucking like this person. They're weird or whatever.
Yeah, fully empathize.
How many like real friends do you have in real life? Like what's your core friend group? How many?
That's a good question. I reckon like there's probably 4 people I really trust. Like I've got 3 of them are male, 1 female. Like if I've got a real problem, then I will call one of those 4.
So I was going to say, like, if somebody's out there and they're like got like these big friend groups of like 15 people, like it's not really authentic. That's my opinion, right? And I think like I have like in real life, I have my mom group of like core women I know I talk to often, or even if I'm busy, I don't have to talk to, but we can pick right back up, right? My core women. 3 of those women are mods on my channel. I finally brought them in, and so they rule with like knowing me in real life. But in this thing, there's a lot of people, there's so many different things, but it's the same thing. It whittles down to like a core group of like, I don't know, the ones that you trust, the ones you like, the ones that you want to watch. And the rest of them are just kind of trash. That's how I take it.
No, that makes sense. I mean, you've got to find your tribe, so to speak.
I do have a lot of conflict with people, though, Manners. I am cognizant of that. I wonder why I am the way that I am.
Well, I mean, where do we start?
I have to figure it out. I should just be quiet. I should just be
Well,
quiet.
I don't think that would work for 24 on 24. Like, your haters would be thrilled if you just turned on it and didn't say anything.
What would they talk about?
It was just you drinking your pistachio and white chocolate latte.
Manners, I carry all these channels on my fucking back. If I don't do a show, they don't have shows. Baker, Jolene, that Common Sense Investigate, they all do
J7.
shows. You're a jerk. Miles Apart is on Sunday. Moonsy has linked all of the things. Manners, I kind of just did this real basic, easy show. One day I'd like us to have like I want to argue with you.
Okay.
I would like to fight with you on hot topics and how are you politically?
It's so different here, but I'm socially left, economically right.
Okay. We might be too aligned technically. I think
Yeah.
we
We can fight about other stuff though.
Yeah.
I'd like you to work on your sound. I think Moonsy and I need to get you sounding fantastic because I think if you're going to do a proper show, you need to sound very good.
I agree. It's time to take it to the next level. I can't. I will work on it. I'll work on it. I can't wait for you to leave so I can take these fucking headphones off.
All right.
Thank you, Manners, for joining me today.
Thank you.
And everybody really adores
Thanks
you.
everybody for having me. Check out Miles Apart.
Thank you. See you soon.
All right, Moonsy, get me out of here. Come on, wake up, Moonsy.
Don't so mean.
Hi, chat. Oh, what? Look. Thank you, Moons. Thank you, Menners. I'm a little intimidated by Menners. I'm a little intimidated by him. I didn't expect that. I don't think I could be myself. I think I was a little nervous. I know so much more about him. I know so much more about KMS. Hi. I think I was nervous. I think I was a little nervous. Can we get Trolleen on this show? Jolene, I think that Menners is right. Jolene would never go on his show. She's never going to be a guest on a show because she can't be. The calls start as soon as Menners leaves. Good morning. You're live on 24 on 24.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Hi,
God.
Jess.
Hi, good morning.
I'm from Colorado. I'm a long-time listener.
Hi.
No, I don't know what to say. Anyway, why am I nervous all of a sudden? I'm behind in the stream, so I don't know if Menners is still there.
Menners just left. You're good.
Okay. Well, I appreciate his feedback. I feel like he had a lot of constructive feedback for you.
Yeah.
That wasn't. I feel like you get hot and cold feedback, like you get the love or you get the other hate.
Yeah.
And I think he was wise in a lot of what he said. But Kane is not loyal. I think Kane is lost. He has endearing features for sure, but he's not loyal. But he's serving a purpose with J7. I love you guys. I love you and J7. I loved her mom being on yesterday. I have MS with fibromyalgia, so I'm in bed like 5 days a week. So I just look forward to your stream. And I'm not on X, so I don't get to watch.
It's for the best. It's for the best. Yeah.
So I don't know all these people.
Right.
And I cannot wait for the date when we don't talk about Brokeback Loser anymore.
Yeah. We're getting closer.
And,
I think we're getting closer.
I know. Oh my God. I want J7 to free her energy up for other things. And she's doing it. It's just, she was very wounded by that. And
I agree.
so anyway, I want to tell you that I am a lib, but I'm not crazy. I'm not a crazy lib.
Okay.
It's funny. I relate to you so much. But like I work for the DNC. I come from a labor union political family, like
Okay.
generation Coloradan. Like politics is in my blood. When I was 10, I wanted to be the first one president. Like you name it. Okay. And I'm 55, so I'll be in December. I'll be 56.
Oh my gosh, you sound so much younger. I thought you were like in your 30s. You sound so young.
Oh, I'm a young spirit. I was a competitive dancer and cheerleader, and I don't have children, and I'm divorced, and I didn't get married till I was 37. Anyway, so I taught hip hop, and I'm actually doing some cheerleading training for tryouts are coming up. But anyway, I joke. I'm like, I can still do splits both ways and high kicks, and even with my own. Anyway, I'm not even cloud chasing. I'm just saying.
You do have like a young energy, though.
To whom much is given, much is expected. And I have a purpose on earth, and I've always been a mentor to women and girls. And so I just love your civic pride, cleaning up, like doing those decorations for your town. Like it's just it's your altruistic nature, and yet you still have this Cartman. I have an inner dork too. Like it's very playful, and like it just cracks me the fuck up. Thank you so much. And so I'm just like, holy shit, she's doing it. And then what else do you do? Just like when you like you say a lot of things that people want to say. Like when you're like, Pastor Allen, like that's just fucking hilarious. Or you say you stop and you help the guy whose cart is broke down, or you're so.
Oh, I forgot about that. When that ended up being the guy that we ended up seeing down with the cans and told us about that whole thing. But I forgot about that. I did find him on the
Yeah, and you help the lady with the fishing shop.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the,
Yes.
Like, we got to write all these down because you really are an earth angel doing stuff. However, you're multifaceted. And
That's a good way of saying that I'm also an absolute bitch.
Yeah, I mean, because guess what? God made us very flawed, okay?
Yes.
So that's one of my huge, I grew up Catholic, okay?
Same.
So, but I have a renewed relationship with God because I went through a horrible 3.5-year divorce, blah, blah, blah. And I had MS at the time, but I didn't know it. It had given me lupus too.
Oh.
I just attributed everything to MS because I had anaphylactic shock. I was going in the ambulance, blah, blah, blah. Whatever.
Yeah, but autoimmune like affects so much stuff. It really does.
Right. And I'm like you. Like, I did my own gardening. I had dinner parties. I entertained. I was the go-to. I got my professor's thesis to stay in the country. If there's a problem, like, we're going to change the legislation. Like, I don't complain unless you're going to do something. Like,
Correct.
I could never ask for help.
Right.
Like you're very much that way, especially with your family and the kids. Like, you do everything, and I'm always shouting at you, or with Jeffy, like, because I'm the same fucking way. It's so hilarious. I know so many successful women in business and everything, and then when it comes to their relationships, you're like, what the fuck? And I always say, well, did you see Devil Wears Prada? Like, look at her relationship with her husband. He treated her like shit.
Fun fact, I didn't see Devil Wears Prada until like 2 years ago.
Okay.
And it is literally like Jeff, I bet you Jeff would put that in like his top 25 movies. Every time he's like, I don't know if it just pops up on TV or if he deliberately goes and finds it, but like, I will catch him watching Devil Wears Prada randomly all the time. And one day I was just like, I don't think I've ever seen this from start to finish. And he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And so we watched it that night and I was like, oh, I get it now. But like, yeah, no, I've recently seen it for the first time.
Because you're her, I'm her too.
Yeah.
So I've had, literally, I'm breaking up with, I have a 38-year-old boyfriend, and we had to go to therapy for us to break up because I don't know how to set boundaries and say no. Like, I'm way too giving. And it's like, I literally got so sick, and it's like we're still friends, but I'm in therapy twice a week trying to get over it right now. Like, because, I mean, I broke up with him because I'm getting my life back,
Right.
and so I have a renewed relationship with God. I'm not a Bible thump or anything, but everybody can have their own beliefs, whatever. But as long, I'm not going to shove mine down yours, you don't shove yours around, whatever. So
what a novel idea, right? Because like there are some people who like, and we were just talking about this morning, we haven't talked about it, but like the religion part, and not necessarily religion, but like the church specifically can actually wreak havoc on families. And, I am sure that we have not touched on this. I know we haven't, but I know that once we do start talking about that kind of thing, that it is going to open the door for so many more conversations, because there are so many people that have been involved in churches that are like really honestly causing such polarizing like situations within family members. And then there are people who are like, I can't believe I was a part of that before. Listen, we grew up Catholic, right? In Massachusetts, we had to deal with the whole, scandal with the sex scandal with these priests, right? And all of these.
I was baptized by a pedo priest, okay? And all they did was shipping around to all the mountain towns here in Colorado.
I mean, I still feel that they do this. Anytime there's something that goes wrong in the Catholic Church, they literally are like, oh, we have a new priest, and they move them somewhere else. So we've dealt with our own share of trauma, and as a girl growing up in the Catholic Church, I never faced any of that, but I wonder now if some of my classmates ever did. But with that being said, you look at something like the born again Christians and some of these churches, especially when it comes to money and some of these people and the theft and the exploitation of members. And like, it is just, I feel like we could talk about that whole thing forever. I haven't mentioned that or haven't talked about it, but unfortunately, like that is a big part of like the issues that my husband has had with his family. Just thought I would kind of get a little bit more deep into that for a minute.
Well, and it's nice to like have somebody who's like a recovering Catholic as well. You know what I mean? It's like
recovering Catholic.
I need prayer in my life. I need God in my life.
Yes.
Like part of me is like, I don't care if it's a placebo effect, whatever. give me the sugar pills all day, you know.
Well, I say that too. I say, like, I have a relationship with God every day. I start my day talking to God. I usually end my day talking to God. And throughout the day, I find myself like calling upon him for whatever, from the smallest to the most important things.
That's right.
But I haven't gone to mass in a long time.
Because religion is man-made. And he made men so fallible. That's my one thing. Like, but I love how you're like, I'm favored, I'm blessed, you know, and I love when you say that because I feel the same way. But then you think black and white like me, like you're all or nothing. Like when you feel down, you feel down. And when you feel up, you're like, I'm the empress of the world. But it's like, it comes from our family trauma. I was raised in an alcoholic home and blah, blah, blah. So,
well, I say, and I'm sure you agree, when I say like I'm God's favorite, that doesn't mean that God can't say you're his favorite either. It's not exclusive. Like I was just going to say, like, I highly recommend you feeling that way too. It's not like I'm not gatekeeping God. You know what I mean? Like when I act confident or like I think I'm special, like I highly recommend trying that, especially if you don't act like that. It can be fake it. You just fake it. You know what I mean?
Leonard's called it. He said when you go, oh, when I'm positive, I'm too cocky or something, and he said, no, because when you're positive or whatever, he said, when you're shining, insecure people are threatened and then they want to take you down.
Yeah.
Okay. So our light, like we are light workers. Okay. We're actually out here doing good. Like you're out here helping the guy whose car broke down, helping to revitalize your town, being involved in politics. Like you're making a difference. Okay. And and it's not one or the other. See, I wish I grew up knowing we each had a light side, dark side, because I always thought my dark side was like secretly truly me. But then this light side of me was so real too. So it's
I agree with that, like, and even a little bit of shame, right? And I also think, you know, I'm sure we could talk about like our families and the houses we grew up in, right, in that environment. But for a long time, I used to think like the bad outweighed the good, and I failed to understand that embracing all of it, finding like forgiveness, grace, trying to change. And then even if there are things that you can't change and it's habitual, at least being apologetic or trying to fix things that affect other people. Like, but even that, just take all that away. I think every single person makes mistakes, isn't living life exactly perfect. And it is the presumption that you must. That I think fucks with your head all the time and makes you feel embarrassed. It makes you feel shame. It's one of the reasons why I talked about that repo story right in the beginning, because I was like, I am, it's my story, but like, I can't let that shit shame me. You know, that video didn't, what do you want me to do about it? Even if I sit here with 1,000 excuses, it was a part of my life. It is something I did. It is some bad mistakes I made, you know, whatever. And
you're
even
like Eminem, you're like, you put it all out there and you're like, yeah, now come for me, bitches. Don't come for me unless I send to you. And you own it and then you keep it moving.
Yeah, I think there's been a time where I feel like we could probably talk this another day, but like, I think people have shame. And I think it holds people back from not only doing things, but from like really, really loving themselves. You know, like you have to be able to own the bad marriages, the bad relationships, you know, the situations with your children that aren't working out right, the mistakes that you've made, you know, financially, all of that stuff. Like if you can like just own it all, like then you can like kind of get to a point where people seem to not really believe this. There is like a tremendous amount of self-love that I have for me. Like I love myself. I am proud of myself. I also am very like self-aware. I love myself. And I think, you know, I don't know. I feel like people have to, what are you going to do? What are you going to wait for? How long do you know your last day?
some people are never taught that. Like, I was not. Like, so I had to win every award. I had to get the kudos from external. I was top of my class. I was most school spirit, like spelling bee champ, like you name it. But then when I got sick, there's no more prizes. I was only as good as my next win. And talk about
You have to fix how you think about that now, right?
And so it's I'm still working on it. I'm working on it, but not everybody has shame. Some people have more insecurities, and they can turn it into anger, and then or they turn it into they knock other people down to feel better. And there is evil in the world that are just here to wreak havoc and increase stress, anger, fear, and they are energy vampires, and they eat off of that. And just they are coming for you because you're sticking your neck out. But I want to just really commend you so much, because that takes cojones to stay detective, that takes heart, that takes so much. And especially given how you were raised, you could have turned internalized, you could have had a pity party, you could be an alcoholic and have abused your children, like a lot of people do, okay?
Yeah.
And you didn't. That's amazing.
Right.
That's amazing. And you are doing what you're meant to be doing, and you're learning, and you're putting out your mistakes for the world to see, which is helpful. You're being a role model, but you're having your head chopped off. And I have to admit, when you first came out, you came out at Brian, and you were like, oh, you need to pay me. I was so fucking pissed. And I have some posts that I wrote to you that I'm not proud of, and I'm apologizing right now. But I didn't know you.
Right.
Like, I listened to your coverage of Karen Reed, and then when I heard the hate for Brian, I was like, what is this?
Right.
You know, and then I don't know how I started listening to you, but I did, and I'm like, God. And when we started talking about the politics, I'm like, I relate to her, even though you're right wing. Girl, you be who you are.
I don't even know if I am right wing, and it's probably why a lot of people in my party don't like me, right? Because I'm not going to be like so like obtuse and just be like blindly blanket everything with like I say it all the time. The one go-to thing I say is like, you can't literally walk around and say the government can't force me to get vaccinated, and at the same time say a woman can't have an abortion if she wants to.
Oh, they don't like that.
Right.
See,
and it makes their brains fry over that. It's like, how can you not align with us religiously and under God and abortions and blah, blah. And I'm like, it literally means that the government would have control over your body. I don't want the government to tell me what to do at all with my body. If I don't want to have a baby, I don't want to have a baby. If I don't want a vaccination, I don't want to have a vaccination. Stay the fuck away from my body.
That's consistent.
Right.
See,
so
people don't do that, and they hear Trump and they think right wing. Okay, guess what? I used to work for the DNC. I worked for the Clintons. Okay, Trump used to be the biggest limousine liberal. Okay? He's so pro-choice.
Right.
Listen, he's playing a role. Okay. Anyway, whatever. I'm not even going to get into it because I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. I'm done with politics, like working it. Anyway, but you now I forgot what I was going to say. I appreciate
Thank you.
Because you the right wing, the religious people hijack your party, and then you have like super right wingers, and then we had the friggin' pronouners and all those that fucked us over.
I would just like to be part of whatever. Whatever group is common sense. Whatever's the common sense group, can we just be that? Like whatever's like common sense. It showed up on my Facebook memories today. Think about this, and like and I'll pull it up for everybody in a second, and then I'm going to let you go because I've got to bring up something that one says. No, I mean it's a really great call. You brought up some really great points, and I mean thanks for your perspective and your words of encouragement.
I'm just going to say one more thing. The two parties, they will join together because they don't want to lose their power. Okay.
Right.
So we need like 10 parties. Our country is so huge, and like they don't want to lose power, and so the insurance lobbies, like all the lobbies, they control this country.
Right.
And so we're peons, and as long as we keep infighting, then they're fine.
Right.
And so at some point we need to realize there's more of us than them.
Well,
And so I don't necessarily agree with electing socialists and all this other bullshit. But hey, you know what? People are pissed, they want change.
right.
And so people need to wake up, they need to get active, and also we need to realize you have more in common with people than you think. And you know, I don't know. I mean, I could have like not listened to you because you're a Republican, but it's like, fuck that. Are you kidding me?
I think that there's more to our life
than
than politics,
Yeah.
and we can find
relate
common
to
ground.
you.
Right.
And thank you. I can't believe I'm talking to you. I feel like you're my friend. And I'm like, oh, let's
Well,
go out.
most of our phone calls go like this. It's people that have been listening. We all kind of agree on stuff, and we just kind of like talk. I'm going to let you and disconnect because I've got to do
Okay.
something. But thank you for the call, Bestie.
Thank you.
And thanks for
Thank you.
have
And
a,
I'm here supporting you in Colorado. Okay. And it's Leisha.
what is
It's not
it?
Lisa. Leisha.
What's your name in YouTube? Somebody was asking if you were.
It's my real name.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm like, it's Leisha Gallegos, like 9551.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know.
Yeah.
Remember when they put their they put numbers at the
Yeah.
end for some reason.
Yeah. You can change it. Moons will tell you how. You can change it.
I'm just the one that like I don't know, and I'm like, oh, I just put my name in.
I think you should change it to Miss Colorado.
Oh, well, my license plate. My dad bought me a new car for my 50th birthday, and my license plate is Ubby Girl, and it's UVE Girl, and it's for my nickname's Ubby Dubby.
Oh.
Ubby Dubby.
Aw.
Anyway, so maybe I will change it.
Maybe it
So-
changes. The Moons will tell you
But
how to change it.
I'm proud of you. I'm so proud
Thank
of
you.
you. You've created a community, and
Thank you.
and we ain't got no quit, and we're tough fucking bitches. Okay,
Thank you.
we're tough bitches, and I got your back, girl. Let me tell you what.
Thank you.
And
Queen.
I will. If you ever come to Colorado, or you know what, I'm gonna get better, and I'm gonna come out there sometime for one of your, if you have an
Meet and
event or
greets.
something.
Yeah.
Or Florida, or I don't know. I'm going to go to something because I used to travel. I lived in Spain, and I've done a lot of things. I used to travel countries.
Bestie, if I don't cut you off, you were going to keep talking.
I know, because I never go out. Anyway, I can't even believe I'm talking to you. Okay. All right, guys.
Goodbye.
Have the greatest day. Okay. Bye. Ciao, Bella. Bye.
I'm like, I miss Colorado. I'm sorry. We have to. I can't. I have a feeling we would just keep going. At one point, I was like, I've got to shut this off. She's actually charming, but the chat will get mad if I do a 20-minute conversation. A little political, but look at this post from my Facebook memories 5 years ago. Somerset parents, send your children into school next week without a mask and see what happens. Nothing happens. Call your superintendent and ask for yourself. This is when I was basically forced to send my children to school, and we were at a point where it wasn't mandated, and everybody was very confused, and the school district was basically saying, we're encouraging you to do it. And I was like, push back. There is no law in place currently right now that is demanding it. PTSD, real quick with this post. I totally agree with you, but listen, we were living this way 5 years ago. 5 years ago, this is where we were living. That school districts were telling us that we needed to send our children to school with masks. And I was like, the fuck you do. The fuck you do. And whatever work I was doing at the time to figure out that this wasn't legit and we didn't have to do it. Whatever I did at the time, who knows? I either called my, school district. I did something. Basically, they basically wanted you to believe them and just say, you got to wear a mask. But if you push back and you ask some questions, found out that you didn't have to. And I was basically saying, just do it. Just send your kids to school. Do you know what the problem was with this? I was telling my kids that they didn't have to wear masks and they didn't want to go against their teachers. And it is probably something we will talk about later on because I still think it's only 5 years from when this happened. But I really think that the discord that they caused between parents and children, specifically my children, I can only speak to, my kids did not want to go against their teachers.
They wanted to follow the rules. I've taught them to be rule followers. I taught them to listen to their teachers. You follow the rules, you listen to your teacher. They're in charge of the classroom. You do what they say. And then at some point, I was like, defy your teachers. Do not wear a mask. I'm demanding that you don't wear a mask. And I would fight with my children before they left for school, and they would say they are not going against their teacher. Everybody else in their class was wearing masks. We're wearing masks. It's the right thing to do. It's the rules. And there was a lot of very sad conversations and crying with my little kids at the time. I mean, George is a senior, so this was 8th grade, 7th grade. It really fucking sucked. It's so disgusting that they did this to us. And I feel like we've got to revisit it at some point. Yeah, I've got to be in the right frame of mind for it. But anyway, what is going on with Twitter? What am I seeing? I have to look at Twitter. I shout out to the pure bloods. Post woke knows. I not really sure. Is this Lisa? She took too much time. I would give you more time, except I feel like the clock was ticking to me. It's Miss Colorado. It has to be. Good morning, Jessica Walsh. You're live on 24 on 24.
Live to tape.
Live to tape.
Nick Rocco keeps ratioing Aiden on Twitter. It's pretty funny.
What's going on?
They're like arguing about if Nick still talks to Karen and the donation.
So I can say this, that last night I popped into Aiden's just to here's the thing. I don't know what else he talked about, but I popped into Aiden's show like 4 different times, and all 4 times he was talking about me. So it was like at the beginning and at the end or whatever. But I did catch a part where he was shitting all over Karen Reed again. He was like making fun of Karen Reed again or something. And I guess indirectly Nick Rocco about this like channel that Nick got, and they got 50,000. Was it 50,000? Not 5,000 subscribers. How many?
Yeah, but then they went with a podcast company, so it's not going to be on YouTube anymore, is what Nick says.
So, but like Aiden is just like criticizing it, and like I mean, I don't know if I want to even bring his shit up, but like he was saying like some really weird shit.
Well, he like thinks that Nick mismanaged it.
So what is
like,
Nick doing online?
He's just like, he just keeps replying to Aiden's posts, and like it just keeps getting him every time.
Do I want to reactivate my X account just to see? I'm gonna.
I mean, you can, yeah.
I'm gonna.
It's pretty funny because then everyone's joining in, and Aiden's just getting ratioed.
No.
Like Aiden, just stop, dude. You're not winning. It's like a big thread.
Whose page is it on? I just did it. I pulled my account back up. I hate myself.
Go to like Nick Rocco.
Okay.
And then you're just in a battle that Aiden is losing every battle, and he keeps going.
Oh, it's Nikki Haircuts.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't even know. Hold on.
Let me see. Or go to Aiden.
I fucking hate Twitter. I hate it. All right, let's see. Okay, October 30th at 7:30. It's official. The Sherbert Theater across from Wilbur. Auntie Deb and Emily C. Tickets go on sale Friday morning. You're not going to want to miss this show.
Go to replies.
Oh.
Crocker goes, do you do anything but lie? Serious question. I think every time you open your mouth, it's just lie after lie. It's scary that you believe your own lies. Where did it even go? Whatever. But look at the likes. Nick Rocco has 93 hearts.
Wait, I don't even see it.
Go to replies. Go to Aiden's and then replies.
Aiden's replies?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, this is all back in what?
And then you just click one of them.
Okay.
It's like a whole, and then Beanbag Ron's in there, like riding for Aiden. Dude, this has been going on.
Well, Menner said something about Beanbag Ron this morning, and I was like, I could tell Beanbag Ron had he switched sides somewhere along the way.
I guess he's a big turtle rider.
I guess, yeah, he is. I guess. Who knew?
I'm still banned. I can't get in the mix for 32 more minutes. I'm on a 12-hour timeout.
On Twitter?
Mm-hmm.
Why? What did you do? Oh, I'm sorry. Nobody can even hear you. I'm sorry. What did you do?
Well, when Abby bullshit last night,
yes,
copyright striking me, we got involved in a little negotiation. Does she not remember that I'm an insurance agent? So I come with insurance. I have a dossier on Arkansas Bestie. So anything Abby does to hurt me, it will be taken out on Arkansas Bestie. Now they know.
I do not co-sign threats.
Correct. Jessica Machado didn't even provide me any of the information.
I listened.
I made a couple posts about her husband, and
Michael?
all of a sudden, Abby removed the strike if I removed the posts.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Funny how that works. I just pulled up the thread. We're going to read it together on the internet.
Okay.
Hashtag Team Jake.
Hashtag Team Jake.
Goodbye. All right, let's see. So we can all see this. Nick Rocco says, I will back who up on what? Not sure why Jess would think I'd back her up after she ran about her mouth about me. I have no proof whether he did or didn't donate $5,400 to Karen. Jenna is egging this on. Not sure what she sees in Jess, but it's wild. I suspect Jess feeds her anger. She is suffering from the Clancy case. I just simply asked, let me clear it up for a second. Hold on one second. I don't care about Beanbag Ron. He's an absolute, I do not fucking care about that guy. I barely cared about him before. I asked if they could see anywhere on the app's donations. Jenna confirmed that they could not see the things that I talked about. So that's what I pointed out. But let's go back to this. First of all, it's okay. This is from not even today. This is 2 days ago. Is this going to keep going? How many is this going on for days? I know you like to go on your show and tell everyone she threw him out like trash, and that's one of the many lies you tell. It's amazing to me how you can get up there and just spit lies to your followers and they believe it as if it's true. I'll like that. But for real, why did you remove the Read files after promoting it so much? Why no more fundraisers for Karen Read in almost 7 months? Why aren't you supporting her anymore? The Read files is going to be with a podcast company, not through YouTube anymore, but keep telling more lies. You're very good at it. Why don't I support her? What the fuck are you talking about? Just because you make up shit in your head doesn't mean it's true, no matter how many times you say it. Aiden goes, you said you were independent and you aren't controlled by Karen. This is so crazy. The Karen Read civil case continues to be a story. I get that you're not into it anymore, but I was wondering why that is since you were running the channel for them. Why did they cut you off? I didn't see Aiden in court covering the civil trial. I was there, and I didn't see him on the days I was there. Again, with more lies. Do I need to say it in a different language for you to understand? The only one that got cut off is you because you're a ticking time bomb. You stab anyone and everyone in the back the moment you can. Here's the question for the receipt king. Where's the receipt for the 54 you were supposed to donate to Karen? Until you can show that, shut the fuck up. You sure seem mad now Karen stopped taking your calls. I get it. Being her little errand bitch was your entire identity, and now it's over. I'll tell you to ask Karen if she got the money, but we both know she won't be getting back to you. Do you do anything but lie? Serious question. I think every time you open your mouth, it's just lie after lie. It's scary that you believe your own lies too. Like I said, you can keep saying whatever you want, just like the lie you said when you never touched any of the money yet when your TD bank account, it's not hard to post the email receipt when you make the donation. Those sure are a lot of words, but no denial of what I said. You got cut off. You want me to answer your question? Okay, yes. Me and Karen still talk, and you want proof. Does this sound familiar? I know I'm not supposed to contact you. Wait. So Nick is in this. Okay. So Nick is basically saying, I still talk to her. Here's my proof. I know I'm not supposed to contact you, meaning he knows that Aiden reached out to Karen and said, I know I'm not supposed to contact you. And he's dropping it there as a basic, like, of course I still fucking talking to her. How else would I know that you fucking texted her and said, I know I'm not supposed to contact you? Now answer my questions. Why did you wiretap Karen and lie about it and make others lie for you? Where is the receipt of you donating the money to Karen? Why did you go and have sex with someone who took you away from your kids for 60 days? Are you still asking people to buy things for your house from Amazon? Did you fix your fly issue? Why do you constantly attack women and degrade them? Does going on YouTube and running your mouth make you feel like the strong man that you pretend to be? Have you cried on any floors lately? I will be honest with you. I don't feel comfortable going forward anymore. We were already feeling not good this morning. I don't feel good at all about the things that I'm saying. I think that Nick Rocco showing receipts that he still talks to Karen and then putting out that kind of a tweet is nuclear war, actually. I'm sweating. I'm uncomfortable. Wow. Okay. One more time.
Met her at a party, and I couldn't look away from her. Body not like Julie, and I needed to get close to her. Devil in a red dress, didn't care about the baggage. Gonna take her to my car and show her what a real man is. I can't help myself, gotta go find and fix a fridge. Wife's at home while I'm gone, watching both my kids. Fuck this whore, just for fun, like nothing could go bad. Getting laid over everything, but I'm still a real great dad. 60 days away from you, felt like 60 years. I'll be home soon, I promise. Just wipe away your tears. I am father of the year. Keeping her around, but this girl means nothing to me. No excuses, but don't worry, I'll blame the ADD. Pulling up to Section 8 after I put the kids to bed, throwing everything away for some mediocre head. Never question me, your pose. You know I'm more than smart. All the signs were right there, but I didn't know the plot. Tim said stay home, stay in the house, stay in your room. Where did I go? Straight to the discounted room. 60 days away from you, felt like 60 years. I'll be home soon, I promise. Just wipe away apart, but she took me from my kids. But hold up, wait a minute, I think I've changed my mind. Let me fuck her a year later, just a couple other times. Forget the nights away from me while I was in a cell. Just a few quick fucks from her, and she will never tell. But there is one person who needs to know, and I'm gonna make sure she sees. Record it all and upload it now. I hope you watch with jealousy. 60 days away from you felt like 60 years. I'll be home soon, I promise. Just wipe away your tears. Just wipe away your tears. Father of the Year.
Mediocre head. What? What? I don't know. I think we have. What is the end game? How's this end? What's it going to look like? What's going to happen? So let's play this out before. And I promise you, I promise on my children, on my family, we will not discuss him tomorrow or any day after that. We will cover his case, but we will not be doing this bullshit with him. We're not going to do it. But how does this end? What does this look like? What happens here? How does this play out in the Free Karen World community, like Free Karen Read community? How does this end? So, you know, the civil case is going to trudge on. It's slow. It's complicated. It doesn't have the sensationalism that kept people's interest. So this case is just going to move along. It's going to move along in that direction. And eventually one day there's going to be a solution. Civil cases like this can take years and years and years. Who knows? I don't know. What's the chat think? How long do you think it's going to take? You think it's going to take 2 years? Who knows? 3 years? I don't know. Eventually it's going to end. The Carney case is now moving forward towards trial. I mean, is there a chance that if Adam Deitch gets elected, that he doesn't move this case forward? I mean, is it possible that he goes in there and he says, drop all of this and we're not moving forward with this? Adam Deitch is looking like the front runner in this. As from a political person, I understand like online optics aren't necessarily what translates into votes. Hashtag Spencer Pratt. So like, don't go crazy or whatever. You never really know what's happening behind the scene. But just think about like if Adam gets elected, is he going to move this past and say we're not going to move this anymore? Could there be a change in the trial date beforehand? Is Tim Bradle going to put somebody just said he doesn't start until January? I know, but is it possible that they find a way to move this forward? I don't really know. I'm not really sure. But then okay, so then let's walk through this next step. Now we get to trial. Now Aiden is on trial and he's got all of these charges, and let's just in a best case scenario, he is found not guilty of all of them and he's done. What happens next? When the narrative for the past 2 years is I'm fighting for my life, this is all I'm going to do, then what happens next if you win and you're done? Are we going to just have to hear about how you won for another 2 years? Are we going to have to just listen to you regurgitate the trial for another 2 years? Are we all just going to have to deal with just this same inflated ego? Is it going to go crazy? Somebody's saying, is he going to sue them? Sure, maybe he'll sue them. He's going to go after them. Fine, great. Then we're going to deal with that. Is fine. Say that happens. Worst case scenario is he does some jail time and he loses some of these or whatever. Who knows? I don't think there's any way to predict what's going to happen. If I were a betting girl, he's going to get one of these and it's going to be a conviction, or two of these charges are going to be a conviction. I don't think it's going to be a blanket. No. But maybe probation or whatever. I can't predict. I think it's a very fluid situation. But whatever it is, what's left of what you've built? What's left of this? There is nobody left. You're hanging on by a thread with Will, right? Who I believe, as much as I don't like Will and how he treated me, Will has been able to show that, love him or hate him, he has a platform and he has his own followers. He has his people. He came with his people and he will leave with more of them, and he can go anywhere. And I think he could interject himself, because whatever that style is, that like I'm acting high and I laugh or whatever, and the way that he doesn't get that works for his followers, Will would be fine. And Will, but you're hanging on with the thread by him, because he was literally ready to fucking tell you where to fucking go until you basically put it all on my back. But so now what are you're left with the baker? And any person can see that this is absolutely terrible content. It is insufferable. It is uncomfortable. And there is a very strange sexual undertone that absolutely nobody can figure out. That, and then what, like his couple people, the expert and Valhalla, they're not, who do you got? Common sense investigator? Unless she's talking about me, she isn't doing anything decent. Nobody's watching. Her best work is when she's shitting on me. What are you going to do? You think Jolene is going to give up her fucking comedy skit to fucking go over dockets for you? What's the end game here? Why are you completely dismantling everybody and everything? Every single solitary, you're fucking running your mouth about me and like my relationships. At least I wasn't like all in with these people and like blanket fucking shit. I came right out of the gates and was like, here's how I feel about Brian. You have had like these fucking relationships with people and whatever. I mean, it is, I don't know. What's the point? What are we doing? I don't even know. Okay, thank you. I don't even know. So that's that. Nick Rocco is wild. It's usually not how things go with Nick. I'm shocked that it seems like he's just had it. And I worry for Nick that he is going to target him now again, which is unfortunate. All right. So it's 11 o'clock. It's a little bit less of a show than what we would normally do, but we have Bunny After Dark tonight, and so I actually need to prepare that. I did pull out the Horizon Social Chart and all the magnets, so we're going to do that tonight as well. So hold on one second. What does this say? Super sad you want to upset us, in my opinion. What do you mean? Elaborate. By leaving. I know, I'm sorry. Well, I have to touch base with Jack. I mean, do you want to just sit here? Does Moons want to cam up and talk a little bit and read some comments and things? I can step out and go talk to Jack. We have to talk about the car situation. Yeah. Oh yeah. Bunny After Dark is tonight. I'm sorry. Thank you. So if you caught the beginning of my show, I only had like a 50-minute time slot before Menners came on. I really tried to kind of like abbreviate it because it was before the show. I felt like I had to kind of hard stop it because it was 9 o'clock and Menners was coming on. And so great point. Thanks for recognizing. It seems a little hypocritical. I meant like today is we're done. We talked a little bit about this morning about the targeting of my family and my children, my family, my family. And I think there's the dissecting of my husband's court documents, the questioning what could have happened to my stepson that would cause us to disconnect, the lying about custody, the lying about when he has seen his child. I think that those things are, it's all just crossing a line. And I think that I'm a little surprised at that. But like I elaborated on this morning, how could I be surprised that he's doing these things to me when he's done far worse to people that meant far more to him? I always thought that I could influence him in a way and make him a little bit of a better person and make better decisions. It's obvious that can't happen. I don't know. I don't understand. So yes, we are done talking about Aiden. I meant like today. I attributed it all to Kane. In real time, I saw him say that last night and I was just like mad and I was angry because he was right. And I was mad at myself that I didn't think of my children, that I was just continuing to go on with this and kept saying, I'm going to just fight him till the end. I mean, I could just literally just every day dissect his show. I could for the next 4 years on YouTube, just build my base. I mean, I could do the bunny thing, but I could do a whole other show. Like I said, like the Turtle Boy Truth or whatever we're going to do. I would just talk about his show. I could do a whole thing. I could make money off of it. And just like criticize him every day, like Twisted Tragedies, but without the popcorn maker in the background. And I don't know. It's just fucking weird. I don't even know what we're doing here. I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know. I don't like it here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be around this shit anymore. I felt it for a while. I overlooked it. I've gone full Jen Altman. God damn it. If she didn't hate me so much, we would be friends. You're just a baby. It's fine. Let him go. Let him cook. It's fine. I don't get upset with that. It's okay. I would also like to be done talking about him. I agree. I think also, if you haven't figured it out, we're like kind of like organically kind of moving away from some of this stuff. And I think a good way to do that and get that under our belt is 1, Bunny After Dark, which is tonight. 2, school started. So we're going to have a little bit more consistency. We're going to be driving in the car, starting it's so inconsistent here with the summer and every day is a different thing. And we are now tethered to the school year. And so I think we'll be better for it. Also, it's very obvious I need to elevate this show completely. I didn't want to even say it. I have this microphone here, but I have a Shure microphone in the box that I bought, and I still haven't haven't even connected yet. And also one of those things that Menners was saying, hold on 1 second, hold on, like the board where you put all of the things through it. You mean like one of these? I have one of those too. I don't know how to use it. I don't know how to do it. She changed her name. She changed her name. I have no idea. We got to work on this. There's a lot of things that I got to work on. There's a lot of things that I've got to do. Today, I have to focus on Bunny After Dark and getting everything ready. In the closet right over there. How about Manners wouldn't show me a studio? Suspicious. I have to pee. I have to pee. I don't know what else to tell you.
Come and listen to me, baby. I'm gonna talk all night long about everything so boring, and maybe even a song. But don't worry, baby, you won't ever want to miss. No matter what I start with, we always come back to this. It doesn't matter where we start, I will take it there. Forget where this was gonna go, I can't help myself. It's always gonna be sex, sex,
Sex.
sex. Even Hans Christian Andersen doesn't stand a chance. Give me his stories and I will give you sex. There's a trial on TV.
It's just going on too long. Hold on. Okay, perfect. My focus, as soon as I'm done with here, is nothing other than Bunny After Dark. There's a closet over there. And in that closet are like boxes and totes. And it's all studio stuff and it's all Bunny After Dark stuff. And my plan was to take it all out, set it up over here, and we're going to use all of it tonight. We're going to use my Annie wig. We're going to use my puppets. We're going to bring out pictures that people sent me. We are bringing out the Horizon social chat. I already have that out and all my magnets are over here. We are going to bring out whatever is left of the witchcraft, which is like one thing, but whatever, it's gone. We are bringing back all of the Bunny After Dark things, and we're just going to fuck with it. Fuck with all of it. We're bringing out the Cartman costume. We're bringing out the puppets, the Jimmy puppet. We're bringing back whatever is in the, I don't even know what's over there. I have no idea. There's so much fucking shit over there. I have no idea. And we used it and then we put it aside. We're bringing out these motherfuckers again. These two motherfuckers and their fucking journey. We're going to do it live. All of the things. My child told me that she wanted to purchase hot rollers, and she did. She got these from Amazon. Now, just hear me out. I'm sure you all grew up with either Remington or what's the other name of the ones? My mom had them. It was a big clunky thing. It had a plastic top. You open it. Rollers were in there. And then these things. And they all had different colors. Different colors. Blue, I think, were the big ones. It was tiny, medium, and large. Okay. My mother used them in the 80s all the time. And then I also used them in the early 90s. And then I'm a 90s girly. And so then this infomercial came on called the Richard Caruso Molecular Hair Center. And it was red. And you'd put water in it. And you'd put a teaspoon of salt. And then you would put these foam curlers on the top. The steam would come up. You put the rollers on it. You let them sit for a second. Then you roll your hair, roll them up. And then they had a clip on them. And you would just let them sit there. And when your hair would come out, it would be the most amazing, soft. Every time I go to a Salvation Army, every time I go to a Savers, I always look for the Richard Caruso Molecular Hair Center. Now, it's probably on Amazon. They probably still sell it. It's the best fucking thing ever. With that being said, Georgia has hair like Julia and me before I got older and before Julia started dyeing hers. So Julia dyes her hair blonde. And so it's like thinner It's not as thick. It's still pretty thick. Georgia's hair is almost like completely untouched. She dyes the bottom a little bit occasionally, but her top is whatever. Her hair is very thick. And when we curl it, she doesn't like the way it looks. So she asked if she could get some curlers. Now, this is a very small package. We actually need to either get a second pack of these or we've just got to get better. But last night, my daughter came in here. I was working. I was here in the office and she came in and she was like, Mama, can you come and curl my hair with these? I don't know how to do it. And so we achieved another bonding moment where I taught my daughter how to use hot rollers, and she and I put her hair together, and then we had to do it twice. So she did it, and then she hung out with me and we talked a little bit. And then when they were done, we reset them and whatever. And we did it last night. And then she has a bonnet. I go through my daughter's room periodically just to check and make sure there isn't like drugs or alcohol or Monster energy drinks. And I've never seen the bonnet. Turns out she keeps it under her under her pillow, and she put her hair in the bonnet, and apparently it keeps her hair nice and smooth. And when she woke up this morning, she looked so pretty and so charmed. And I will show you some pictures for her first day of back to school. Here's Georgia. Quincy was rubbing himself on my new carpet. He really seems to enjoy doing this. But here's Georgie. Again, Quincy just wants to be the star of the show. Here's a better picture of Georgie with her cowboy boots. She has on her UGG boots that her boyfriend got her. Seniors, this is a new thing. Don't know if you're into this, but seniors are wearing kid backpacks. This is a thing. And so she has a regular backpack that I bought her, but she bought herself a strawberry shortcake backpack. And this is kind of a thing. Now, whether she comes home today and she still wants to do that, who knows? But this is the senior back. You can't see?
Jess, you didn't have it added to stage. Can you back up?
What do you need me to do?
Can you back up and show us the earlier pictures?
Oh, I didn't have it on stage. Thank you, Moonsy.
Of course.
Yeah. There's Georgia. Quincy. Quincy, this is him. He rubs on the floor. What do you want? He's going crazy. He likes the new carpets because you can tell it has a little texture. And then again, just wanting to be the star of the show. And here's Georgie. And then this, so yes, backpack back here is strawberry shortcake, if you can't tell. And then Angelo came and he got a haircut. He's got a mullet. I don't know if you can actually tell, but look at them. And I'm very upset by this, but over here on this door, right here, he has a decal up that says Georgia. And I think she's just so happy, and it's senior year. And did I tell you this, that Angelo came to the house the other day and he had a pair of sneakers? He cut his hair. So it was all over long. And now he has, Jess, they have the Richard Caruso rollers on eBay. Say no more. He trimmed the sides. So all of this underneath is shaved really short. And then it's like a mullet in the back and it's long up top. It looks great on him. Yeah, it looks great. You have a senior too, Sarah, this year. Yeah, it's sad. She texted me while I've been on here with you, and she said she asked if Angelo could bring her home today too. So it's fine. Senior year, it's okay. But anyway, yeah. Oh, so he showed up at the house the other day when Julia was here, and Georgia walked in with flowers. And then the other day I came home. Was it today? Is Wednesday? Was it Monday? There were flowers on the kitchen table, and I called her and I said, whose flowers are these? I don't know. I didn't know who they were for. And she's like, oh, Angelo brought me more flowers. Sir, I have 2 vases in my home right now currently with bouquets of flowers from this man to my child. He just popped in and bought her more flowers. It's wonderful. So let me tell you a story. Georgia wanted to go roller skating. I know I told you this, right? She wanted to go roller skating. 2 reasons. 1, social last night before school, go roller skating. 2, she wants to get back on roller skates because she wants to be able to roller skate at Sonic where she works. If you roller skate, you make more money in tips. So she's like, I want to go. So her girlfriend, Rowan, and Angelo, they decide they're going to go out last night. Now we were going to go to the one in Taunton, they said, but then one of the besties told me that they closed. And so I told her that. They looked into it. It was closed. So they found another place in Seekonk. It's like right on the Rhode Island line. I was not really thrilled about it because it's kind of far and he's like a new driver or whatever. But I was like, okay, text me when you get there. And she didn't text me. And I texted Jack and I said, can you look at Georgia, her location? Where is she? And he said, she's driving. And I was like, she should already be there. Where is she driving? So I just called her and I was like, I didn't call her. I texted her. I said, hey, what's going on? And she said that they got turned away on a Tuesday night at 6:30 p.m. from a roller skating rink because they did not have a parent with them. And I guess she said they tried to make a case for it and said, you know, like they didn't know. They came all the way out here. It's what they wanted to do before school started. And they told them, no, you can't be 17 and go roller skating at 6:30 on a Tuesday without an adult. And so they got turned away. And I couldn't believe it. And I don't know, like, you know, I always have opinions about things on the internet. I have opinions about all things relating to my kids. I have opinions about car, you know, lessons and driving school. I have opinions about all of the things. Of course, as you can imagine, I have an opinion about this. Okay. My opinion is, how fucking bad is it in your roller skating rink at 6 p.m. on a Tuesday night where you can't let 3 wholesome kids come in and roller skate without a parent? I guess that's my issue. Like what has happened currently in society in Seekonk, Massachusetts, where these 3 kids who could be fucking doing drugs, alcohol, or anything, and they are none of those things. They just want to go fucking roller skating the night before school and they can't get in the door. They got to be 18 or they have to have a parent. And 100% I agree with Georgia. There's no reason I should be driving my child roller skating at 17 years old and having to sit there with her while her and her friends who are seniors in high school roller skate. I think it's absolutely fucking insane. And, you know, again, I don't know why this policy is in place. I'm assuming it's because kids get out of control. It's not a Friday night. It's not a Saturday night. It's a Tuesday at 6:30, 7 o'clock, between 6 and 7 o'clock, and they turn them away. And Georgia, like, you know, they settled for going out to eat and then they went for ice cream. Fine. But like, she was so disappointed. And I'm like, I get it. I guess I can see you. Maybe you've had some problems there. And so you can't have teenagers. 17? I don't know. I mean, do you not have control over your building? Do you not have control over your facility? If somebody is acting a certain way, like just remove them. I guess maybe it's because you don't want people dropping kids off and then leaving. I don't know. I couldn't believe it. I mean, we're talking 17-year-old kids. They work, they have cars. It very, very disappointing. But I'm sure the policy is in place for a reason, but like, I fucking hate it here, dude. I hate it. So I don't know. So George is pissed, but they didn't get to do it last night. I was pretty sad for them. Anyway, so that's that. So rollers, first day of school. I was going to ask her how it's going. Hold on one second. Some guy in the chat is saying Turtle Boy called Fall River Police on you today. You need to call and find out. Am I missing something in the chat?
Did you not see what that guy is saying? I did not see what that person was saying in the chat. He is saying that Turtle Boy called Fall River Police Department on you today. You need to call and find out if that dumb Mark Maxwell is lying or not. Okay. Trolling. I was saying nice things about Mark Maxwell. Is it a real person? I don't mind when people have different of opinions in the chat. I was just acknowledging him, but I don't know. I don't know. Ignore until you can't. I was just looking for somebody that knew. I think that was from a troll. All right. I don't know if anybody here in the chat would have been watching Aiden this morning, because Mark Maxwell, you're just a baby and they won't leave you alone. Mark Maxwell, do you want to come on? Do you want to join and talk with me? I like a good troll, especially when they're just being nice like this. Say he's just a baby. He's just a baby. Let's take this off the screen. Does he want to cam up? Do you want to wait? We got to save these for later. And also, red is not my color today. I love a good troll. This one. Are you single? Every single solitary one of them. Yes. Go straight for the crazy. Hold on one second. You're mad because you're showing me attention, Jess. I won't say anything else. I have patience to see. Okay, doctor. I'm not mad. Oh, they're mad because I'm showing you attention. There is a way to handle good trolls. This is a polite troll. Was he being mean and I just didn't say it? He seems polite. He can't come up. He's at the hospital. He's working. He's very busy. He is a doctor. We need a doctor stat. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, I mean, he's a real doctor. You gotta give him a little bit of tensions. Oh my God, I was so in the part of Aiden's show last night where I was watching it. He said something to that guy. I'm wrong. Jessica, you're so fucking stupid. God, it wasn't. Okay. Oh, we can't. It wasn't on Aiden's show where I was watching this. I was watching a new video last night that I saw on the internet. Oh yeah? Where what video did you see? It came across my algorithm. I don't know if they're paying for me to see it, but it popped up. Again, bitch, what video was it? It was made by Mass Hole Mafia. And she puts up a new video all the time. Come on in.
Hi.
Hi. Hold on. Sweetles wants to know if I've heard from the car dealership, and the answer is no. Anyway, so Kate Peters, she has this show and she puts up videos, and I've never seen them before. Oh, really? What was it like? Yeah. So anyway, the show, it's like a video, and she does it and she talks. And then it was her show where I was watching the clips of Aiden. I wasn't actually watching Aiden's show because you're a dumb bitch. Correct. Because I'm a dumb bitch. Anyway, you go away. Tell me all about it. Yeah. So anyway, I clicked on it and it was
her show that showed the clips, and it was Aiden's show, and he was talking about the book thing and why publishers didn't talk to him, and he said, I'm approachable. And I was like, sir, it's approachables. It's not approachable. It's approachables. He doesn't get it. All right. Today's Wednesday. There is a pre-game Bunny After Dark show tonight. It is being hosted by Moonsy. She's in the backstage. If she could drop the link. It sounds to me like there's going to be a panel. There's going to be, could it be just like Rat House Media? Just before a show, they do a pregame show? Could it just kind of be just like that? Maybe. And they're going to have a panel and they're going to talk and do a show. And then it's going to lead right up into Bunny After Dark. That starts at 8 o'clock. And then we're going to have ourselves a fucking show. Only thing I should have done is I should have been on the other side where we have all of the wave background. And then this one for tonight. But we'll have it all fixed. We'll have it better. And then we also will have a special guest tonight. There it is. Perfect. We also will have a special guest tonight. We can't let that turquoise fucking shirt that Jessica Walsh got my husband go to waste now, can we? Absolutely not.
They call me Old Money Aiden, right after they call my docket. Chains around my hands by Gucci, they shine bright when they lock it. Paid for that new car in cash, baby, the prettiest red you've ever seen. Where did the money come from? On the back of Karen Reed. Horse, I'm fighting for my life. Horse, all I want is all your cash. Horse, I hate you, but I need you. Horse, every one of you are trash. Look at my expensive website that crashes each time you click. Get rich and pay, you can't avoid the ads. Sorry, pores can suck my dick. Don't ask me where your money goes. You will never ever know. Violating bail at D&E Pizza. Back to court I go. Girl, you make 10K a month, let me see. Let's give this turtle chat a whirl. Fake abortions, they ain't free. You see, I'm old money right here. Look at this fancy camera and sound. The production is so top tier. Just wait a sec while I fix it